The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Aaron Glenn channeled his inner Herm Edwards at the podium today. We'll play what AG said and react accordingly. It's the Jake Asman Show. Frankie V will join us. Let's hit it and get it started. Gobble, 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 gobble.
I'm out here to win every game, and I'm not just tanking it.
Gobble, 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 gobble. A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now. Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Tune in tomorrow morning if you're driving to your Thanksgiving location. I'll be co-hosting our morning show, DiPietro and Rothenberg, on ESPN New York from 6 to 10. And then on Black Friday, I'm all by myself for 4 hours. So hopefully you can listen on the ESPN New York app, watch on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, or you could, of course, listen on 880 a.m. if you are in the tri-state area. With that, let's say hello to our good friend, the founder of U Stadium, Frankie V. And we call you Tanky on this show. And it's fitting because Aaron Glenn was asked a question by your co-host on the Gangs All Here podcast, Brian Costello, about Jet fans rooting for the team to lose for a better draft pick. With all that being said, happy Thanksgiving.
Sounds like somebody that I would be co-hosting a show with. That's an amazing question.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. All the listeners out there, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy time with your family. It doesn't happen enough these days, so enjoy it.
Well said. And by the way, I want to thank Frankie for coming on today. Jeff Parles is normally our Wednesday afternoon guest, and he had a last-second thing that popped up. So I said, hey, Frankie, I'm talking about tanking today. Any chance you're free for a quick stop by? And Frankie's like, tanking, 100%. I'm all in. So here we go, folks. Let's hear from Aaron Glenn. I'll play you the full answer, and then we will react accordingly. This was AG being asked a question by Brian Costello of the New York Post about the idea of Jet fans wanting to see losses.
You're going to give me a dirty look on this one.
I know I've already been giving you a dirty look, so because I knew it was coming.
With the record where it is at this point in the season, there's some people in your fan base that are look at it and go, they're better off losing these games because they're going to draft pick.
Yeah.
Why is that not the case?
I'm going to give you a line that you guys heard before. You play the game to win. And listen, it's just not in a coach or player's mentality to go out there and lose games. It's just not, we're not built that way. We're built to go out there and play as hard as we can to try to get as many wins as we can. And then we let everything else take care of itself as far as draft and all that. But anytime we step on the grass, we're trying to improve. And anytime we go into games, we're trying to see what we did in practice, man, can we make sure that transition out on the field and hopefully that create wins for us. So, listen, there are some long-term goals that we have because we have to have a blueprint. We have to have a vision of where we're going. But, man, we're in the now of trying to get things done now. So, never get that mixed up with how we're doing. I know I talk about foundation a lot. I know I talk about vision a lot. But, man, the now is what we're trying to make sure we create as long as we can see that vision.
Are the wins now an important part of that foundation as well?
Wins are always important. We're like I said, we're always trying to win, but we also understand that there's a foundation we're trying to build. We've been building that since OTAs up to now.
So Glenn butchered this line.
Hello, you play to win the game.
But
I was going to say that, yeah.
Yeah, the point was still the same. He said, you play to win the game. That is the genesis of what he's saying. And look, a couple things. One, I think Glenn's been way better with the media the last couple of weeks. It's almost like someone said something to him because I have noticed a different tone and even just an acknowledgement of like a question from a reporter, him being like, that's a good question, or I know where you're coming from. But that little things that I notice as someone who's been at press conferences in my life. I think there has been a noticeable change these last few weeks. So, good for Glenn for that one. But one of the things that I would expect him to say is exactly what he said there. He's the head coach of a team. Coaches go out there and try and win as many games as possible. Players try and win as many games as possible. That no one's going to lose on purpose. And look, I thought Brian Costello made an unbelievable point on your guys' podcast when talking about this. Like when we talk about Aaron Glenn next year, let's say the Jets go out there and they win 6 games. And this year the Jets finish with 4 wins. We're not going to say, well, the end of the games this year, it didn't really matter, right? No, it's going to be used against Glenn when we cite the fact he has 10 total wins through 2 seasons. So the record matters. Players play, coaches coach. So that's the exact answer I would expect from Aaron Glenn. That said, we as fans, we have no control over how the team performs. There is a legit argument that the Jets would be better served losing, getting a better draft pick, and allowing them to have a better chance potentially of getting their quarterback. So I see both sides of it, but I'm not going to criticize Glenn or any player for laughing at the idea of losing. They don't care. They're trying to win. That's their job, and that's the right answer from the head coach.
Yeah, no, Jake, I think you broke that down perfectly. I also put myself in a position where, are you looking at this team as a fan, or are you looking at this team as like what's the ideal situation here for the New York Jets moving forward? And in my opinion, it's these wins that we're looking at on the schedule. I know fans are going to win 2 of our next 4, or these potential wins on the schedule. I don't really think that they're as important to this culture that we're trying to build as fans may think. Now, why do I say that? We're going to have a new quarterback here. We're going to have a new roster here for the most part. Like a lot of this roster is going to be sort of redone for the most part. We have these 5 first-round draft picks. Let's say we have 4 of them that are just new first-rounders coming into the building. We have 3 2s in the next couple of years. I think this team's going to be is going to look drastically different in the next couple of years. Now, we're going to root for wins, and we're going to root for moments like when Breece Hall broke that 40-yard reception run last week. I'm celebrating. Like, I'm like, go, like, nice. Like, that's just in us, right? As fans, people, we do that. But if we're really looking at what this team needs, they need a quarterback. And that's not to say that I'm rooting for losses to get a quarterback, because you're not guaranteed to get one if you do draft a few spots higher. But there is a situation where if this team wins 3 or 4 games and finishes the year with 5 wins, 6 wins, I don't know if that's possible, but let's say 5 wins, they may lose out on Ty Simpson, Dante Moore, and Fernando Mendoza unless they're going to want to trade up. It's almost like winning at what cost. I'm not as pro tank as you may think. I know on the show I get the Tanky V nickname and all, but I said it in the offseason. I thought this year was a rebuild. Now, with that being said, I think they did a tremendous job getting the assets required to properly rebuild in the next couple of years. But I still think that as much as we may look at these culture building wins, I think it's overstated a bit. Just like it's overstated, drafting a quarterback, you're going to need a third pick. Like, that's overstated too. Josh Allen wasn't a third pick. Patrick Mahomes wasn't a top 5 pick. I mean, Justin Herbert went after 2. He was 6th. So I don't know, man. This conversation is always weird to me, because how are you going to tell fans to root for losses? But at the same time, Jake, this team needs a damn quarterback really badly, and that'll be the biggest difference in for Aaron Glenn. If he doesn't find a quarterback, Aaron Glenn can do whatever he wants. He could have those guys playing as hard as he wants. He's not winning football games if they don't find a quarterback.
That's well said. And like, it's tough because I don't want to tell fans how to fan. Like, if you're rooting for wins, I get it. But objectively speaking, right, I think if you look at where the Jets are right now in the tankathon standings, right, you look at the draft order. If we all seem to think that the Jets are going to do whatever it takes to get their quarterback, then there's a reasonable argument you can make that, hey, the higher you're picking, that's better for your team, because there's less you would have to potentially give up in a trade up to go up
Yeah.
and get your guy. Like if you're moving up from 4-1, it's easier to do that than winning 3 more games and be sitting there at pick 8 and trying to get up to 1 or 2. Like that costs you more. And I get it. They have the resources to now make any deal they want if they love one of these quarterbacks. But you could easily argue it is better for the New York Jets to finish around the top 5 so they have an easier path to moving up to getting their quarterback. And I say top 5 because I know there's some saying, well, if they finish 2-15, wouldn't they be a lot higher? I don't think the Jets are going to be picking that high. I think they're going to win a couple games here the rest of the way. Like I look at the schedule, this game on Sunday is a winnable game. Miami is winnable. Even at Jacksonville is winnable. At New Orleans is winnable. I see at least 2 more wins
schedule.
here. You know? So if they finish 4-13, they're still probably picking around the top 6, and that doesn't doom your opportunity to go up and get a guy. Or who knows? Sometimes we say, oh, you got to trade up, and then quarterbacks slide. They don't have to give up anything. So I just, it's tough to have this conversation now because as a diehard Jet fan, I don't want to see them lose, but I understand, and I could even honestly argue it probably doesn't mean much if they beat the Atlanta Falcons in a game that the stadium's going to be 25% full on Sunday. You know, that's just the reality.
Yeah, that is the reality. And I always ask myself too, Jake, what is the point really at this stage for the Jets to I like what do they have to accomplish the New York
I want
Jets
more Ravens
here on
games. Like, you know what I mean? Like where like
exactly
young guys look good and they lost. You know, like
yes,
that's a competitive loss.
The last 2 weeks, actually, the New England game too. They played well, they played competitive. Aaron Glenn had them ready to play, and they just lost to a better team. Now we're not playing really better teams necessarily, or teams at the ilk of the New England Patriots and the Ravens, but I always find it just I think it's short-sighted when fans do say, I know Joe B comes on and says, just win as many games as you can. Like, yeah, but if you win those games and you draft 8th and Mendoza goes 6th and he turns out to be a good quarterback, you're going to look pretty stupid with that opinion. So, and that's not to say I don't want them to win necessarily. But I don't know sometimes I don't even know where I stand on this conversation. I mean, like, it's just, I want a quarterback. Now, in my opinion, it's out of my control. So what I want to do is, yes, are you in a better position if you're drafting higher, like you just said, to get the quarterback that you want? I think they want Fernando Mendoza, by the way. I really think they really love him there, and they want him. So with that being said, if you draft 3rd, you have a better chance of getting him than if you were to draft 7th. But if they're drafting 7th, again, out of my control, out of your control, then trade up. But you have to get a sense of where he's going to fall.
And what the cost is of trading up too. Like I have a limit.
First rounder.
It's probably at least the Colts pick, and then a 2 next year was the Matt Miller initial mock. That's the thing. You could argue if you just want to like do a black or white argument, it's better for them to lose because the higher they're picking, the less they have to give up in a trade. And there's a chance that if they're bad enough, they don't have to give up anything. And then you now have, after you draft Mendoza or Simpson or Moore, whoever the quarterback is, you still would have 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years to sink into your team, plus 2 second-rounders. That's the argument. And I get that.
Yep.
That said, you could argue by winning games and showing competency, right? You hang with Baltimore, you hang with New England. You know, you're learning how to win. You're a better team in the second half of the year than the first half. That Glenn is improving, and the way to justify and really see the improvement is their winning games. Because you could have the quarterback, but if you don't have the coach, you're not winning either. So it's like you want Glenn to continue to improve and show competency as a coach. You want Tanner Engstrand to be good at his job as someone overseeing a rookie quarterback. You don't want them to win too many games either. It's a very tough conversation. And if you're a diehard Jet fan, it sucks that we're in this spot again, because it'd be great to be talking about being in the hunt right now, fighting for a playoff spot, and not, is it better for this team to win or lose like we've done so many years during this, 15-year playoff drought.
Yeah. And I'll say this specifically about Aaron Glenn. Outside of whether or not I want to tank or not, I do want to see Aaron Glenn do some things better these next, how many games we got? We're 2-9, these next 6 games. I want to see Aaron Glenn put together game plans that are unique, that are different, that give us confidence in his ability to be the head coach here. It is not good enough what we saw the last couple weeks. It's not. Fans are justifying these last couple weeks. Oh, we didn't get blown out. They played hard. If that's the bar we're setting, we're in a lot of trouble with this guy. Or we better raise that bar really quick in the next couple of weeks, especially to start next season. That's as low of a bar as you can have as a fan, is at least we didn't get blown out. That's the lowest of low bars, because the bar under that is you're losing the team. Oh, he didn't lose the locker room yet. That's and then it's rock bottom. So I'm just saying, I like a few things that I saw, but there's things on tape that are mind-boggling when it comes to defensive alignments. Aaron Glenn's a former cornerback. Steve Wilkes has been a head coach. He's coordinated a team to the Super Bowl. Aaron Glenn was a defensive coordinator on one of the best teams in football. Almost got to the Super Bowl a few times there. You can't scheme up one coverage or some sort of coverage that allows a corner or a safety to have an easy pick, or mask a coverage back there, or tell your corner, fake running that cover two, fake you're covering the flats, and then drop back and go pick one off. I mean, we saw J.C. Horn the other night get 2 picks because he knows what he's doing. But I'm sure he's been coached up too, to a degree. Now, I know the talent's not there, but Jake, this team has one turnover the entire season. The second lowest team has 6. We have 0 interceptions on the season. This is supposed to be we're being run by a defensive guy who's a cornerback. Like, I'm just saying, you want faith from me? You want my support? I'm not going to look at the last 2 weeks and say, oh, we didn't get blown out. Like, do something. Have a corner bite on a ball and actually pick it off. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand. They're having these guys play so conservatively. This guy's a conservative coach, by the way. I don't think people realize it. The game plans are vanilla. It's a very conservative approach, but then he goes for it on 4th down because that's all, that's where he comes from. And people assume he's like some aggressive head coach. He's really not. They don't throw the ball down the field. They don't blitz much at all. They play vanilla man, and they never mask any coverages. It's just a vanilla game plan. Now, the guys play hard. I do think he got that out of these players, but from a scheme perspective, I have to see a lot more, and he is responsible for that. I don't put blame on the coordinators for that. You're in the meetings. You go through the game plans every week with your defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator. Lay out the script. What are we doing this week? What does it look like? Then you get the final, check off by the head coach. And I haven't seen anything that tells me much. I mean, even we could get into it later, but like this Breece Hall situation. Breece Hall, I was told coming into the year, and I knew it wasn't going to be the reality, but I was told he was going to play slot receiver. Going to line him up in the slot, Breece. Going to line him out wide. He's going to be your wide receiver 3 or 4. When the hell's that happened? Has that happened once this year?
They haven't utilized him properly all year. The last couple of weeks, they started to a little more, and Tyrod knows how to actually get the ball to Breece as a check down option. So you saw that a couple times. Look, they're 2-9, Frankie. So everything you're saying is fair. But that's also part of the argument of why you'd like to see some wins. Like, okay, you proved you're not the worst team in the league by winning a couple games, right? You beat the Browns, you beat the Bengals. Okay, now you're playing the Ravens and the Patriots, and you were supposed to get blown out, and you were competitive in both games, especially the Ravens game, right? Now you're playing a bunch of teams in your weight class. If they lose or get embarrassed against these teams, that's a real problem. So while I'm not sitting here like dying for wins, I also don't want to see them completely regress and start getting blown out like they were at times in the first half of the year, being uncompetitive until garbage time in some of those games as well.
Yeah, I agree there. I do. I think those players believe in Aaron Glenn as a motivator. I do believe that. Or they're getting there. You could see it week by week. It's a little bit more. But hey, man, I'll say this, and I think we all should set a really high standard for what we're looking for in a new head coach. And I'm not trying to crap on Aaron Glenn. I know this is a tough job. He was put in a tough situation. He had a really bad quarterback that from a pocket passing perspective to deal with the whole year which he wanted, by the way, but that's another conversation. It's a tough on the field coaching job. But I want to see things that gives me faith that Aaron Glenn is better than the next head coach in football and the next head coach, because ultimately the end goal here is to be the best team in football or to be one of the best teams in football. And if you don't have faith that your head coach is in that top 10 conversation, you're not really going to get far in this league. You're not, unless you have Peyton Manning back there or Tom Brady, or some defense a la, 2002 Bucks or the 2000 Ravens, like, or the Seahawks, and the Legion of Boom days. Like, unless you have something like that on your roster, it's really tough if your head coach isn't in that top 10 conversation. And that's what I'm looking for the rest of the year. Wins, losses aside, Jake, it's out of our control. I'm not going to be mad if they win. I'm not going to be mad if they lose. I'm not.
If they do lose, I won't be mad, though. I won't sit there and be like, how could they win? They're not trying to tank. But if they do lose, I'm not going to be like, man, my week is over. I'm at that point now. It's unfortunate, but that's what happens when you suck the way they've sucked.
Exactly. Yeah. Let the chips fall as they may, and then they have to figure out what they're going to do.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Yeah.
The best. Dude, Herm had some pretty good teams here, actually.
Herm won, man. He went to the playoffs three times. When Chad Pennington was healthy, Herm Edwards went to the playoffs.
Yep. Those are the good old days,
man. 01 was Vinny.
Lavernius Coles. Remember Santana Moss was here? That was my guy, man.
Dude, the Jets had a receiving room of Wayne Corbett, Santana Moss, and Lavernius Coles.
Dude, Lavernius Coles is one of the more underrated players in Jets history. I know we discuss players all the time, like Wayne Corbett's, et cetera. But if you're talking about players on offense that could light things up and had like a special skill set or were extremely talented at their position, Coles was one of them.
I completely agree with that.
I was a big fan.
Completely agree. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. How about a raffle? Broadway Joe Namath jersey. You pick the color you wanted in. A Joe Klecko jersey. A Curtis Martin jersey. A Wayne Corbett, the aforementioned Mr. Third Down. Darrelle Revis, the late, great Nick Mangold, and Keyshawn Johnson. Gift a membership for your chance to win. Earlier on the show, we gave away a signed Joe Namath jersey. Congratulations to Frank P. on winning that. We'll get to your calls coming up. Frankie's got to run in just a bit, so he will not be around for that long. But if you want to gift a membership again in the raffle, do so now. And if you send in a super chat, I'll make sure that we get a chance to read it with Frankie on. Like this one from Big Fellow who says, I'm thankful for Tanky V. Tanky, your takes are extremely entertaining. Bad, but entertaining. All jokes aside, have a great Thanksgiving.
Big fella, have a great Thanksgiving, big guy. You deserve it. Oh, do it again. I'm getting tingly.
Oh, hit it.
When I meditate, I don't meditate, but if I were to meditate, I'd play that over and over again. That's like it's zen for me.
By the way,
yeah.
Oh, hold on. I want to by the way you first before you by the way me. You look good for a man who fell off their scooter on vacation last week. The face is recovered nicely.
Yeah, face is good, man. I got this little bruise right here. I got some bruise on my arm, but I'm alive. I'm here, baby.
What was your by the way to me?
Well, my by the way to you was this draft party is going to be really fun. We have some special guests. We have an individual who bought a foursome that comes on your show often. I'll leave that up to you. One of your special guests that does the weekly spot. I'll leave that up for mystery. Yeah, it's going to be really fun. No, I think this draft, by the way, I think this draft's more important than even the 27 draft, and I'll tell you why.
Well, they're going quarterback this year.
Well, this draft will set the foundation and put together the key pieces to 2027. And then 2027 is really when you can stack the deck and fill in. Like 26 is fill in your most pressing needs, your most pressing holes, and set the foundation to this team. 27 is where you can get cute and bring in another wide receiver. You can bring in maybe another tight end. You could bring in an edge, etc. So I'm just saying this is a big draft, Jake. Those 2 picks are really going to set this franchise up for success or up for failure, I would say, over the next 3 to 5 years. And it's going to dictate really what happens with Aaron Glenn and how his tenure looks. Yeah. I mean, that's it, man. 4 picks right there. 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders. That's everything, man. You got to hit on 3 of those 4.
I think Muji's in-season trades have been awesome. And I think the fact that he got absolute peak value for Sauce and Quinnen and was smart enough to get them to throw in, Mechie in the Carter deal, get them to throw in Mitchell in the Sauce deal. I like Muji. I'm starting to be a Muji guy here. Now they got to hit on the quarterback and Glenn will have input. But as far as navigating the trade market and, understanding value, and I think there's a strong chance the Jets are trading up. I'm a Mooj fan. He's won me over with a lot of these in-season moves. Now, I hope he learned from the disastrous free agency that the Jets had this past year and the lack of the fact that Mitchell and Mechie are this involved in the offense immediately just speaks volumes on how dog crap the wide receiver room minus Garrett, which we were all over from March of last year onward. But I'm hoping that Muji's learned from that. He's been really good on the fly with these trades. So Muji, I have definitely warmed up on as the season has progressed here. Glenn, major TBD. I don't think he's done a good job so far. I think he's been better, but I got to see a lot more. But Muji, I think, has clearly done a nice job with these trades. I think that's been the best part of the 2025 team, the in-season trades that Darren Muji's made.
I think they've been excellent, man. By the way, we all know Jawan Briggs has been playing his ass off and been playing really good this year. Very good player right there. Harrison Phillips has been awesome. We've been really good against the run. This team really hasn't skipped a beat with Quinnen not here. Now, I think Jamian Sherwood's playing a little better, and so is Quincy being back. That helps, obviously. But, I mean, those 2 moves right there were excellent. Jarvis Brownlee Jr. was another good move. I think he was playing out of position the last couple of weeks, but he got back in position. But if that guy stays in that slot corner role, that guy's a demon, man, off the edge right there. You saw that guy, how he hit Derrick Henry a few times in the backfield. I mean, that dude's fearless. And the wide receivers can play. John Mechie can play. A.D. Mitchell can play. And these are we didn't give up a lot for these guys. I mean, listen, he filled a bunch of pieces, this guy Muji, with Muhi. I got to say that right. Muhi, right? Yeah, Muhi.
Darren Muhi, Muhi.
It's up to you, New York, New York.
Joe's been sold on Muji, by the way. He loves
was that on your show?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So I thought it was on his podcast. He just did that himself.
Did they ever force a damn turnover?
Nope. They do not, Joe.
Dude, the GM looks good, man. And listen, I like that he was a former quarterback. I like that he's I always like former players that weren't good necessarily or weren't too successful. I always find those guys are like the best in player personnel departments or leading front offices. I always find that works for me a little bit more than like some big shot that just got the job because of his name. I mean, Muji had to build himself up, and I like a lot what Denver's done, and I'm sure he picked up on it. I mean, we can't deny that he saw what they were doing in Denver. He probably had some input. I'm sure he did.
Former quarterback, too, when he was a player, so maybe that helps. I'm just trying to find reasons that the Jets will not F up this quarterback pick that's coming. I like that Muji was a former quarterback in college. I like that.
Yeah. Jake, I think the Jets, and I've heard a little bit about this, and it's not really a secret, but they want Fernando Mendoza, and they want him really bad. I don't think this is any sort of smoke screen that they're putting out there. I think they all went there to watch him play multiple times. I think he's our guy, and if he is, figure it out. Figure out a way to get him, because I'm telling you, man, that kid in an offseason with Tanner Engstrand, he's going to be hitting. He's going to be throwing dots. He's going to be hitting receivers in the chest all across that middle of the field. Tanner loves him that middle of the field, bro. He loves those crossing routes. He loves them. That's what the Detroit Lions do. He loves those deep ins. That's what they do. And Mendoza's got really good accuracy. So make it work. And if it's not Mendoza, take a flyer draft Simpson, draft Dante Moore. I don't care. Draft a quarterback, though. Honestly, I'm really on that train. And if it doesn't work out,
we'll do it again next year.
One. Yeah, I'm fine with that. There is no player in this top 10 that is Myles Garrett. So, like, I'm okay. Or there's not an offensive lineman that, even if we did need, is even at like an Olu level at this point. Some people think Bain has some potential. I don't put him at that level. That's like a game changer instantly. And
would he leave Gotham City?
You were waiting for that one. Is that the first time you said that?
That's the first time I've used that one, but it played pretty well.
I was going to say, if you used that before, it's pretty lame of you. But the one, that was good. That was good. Well played.
I'll play this for myself. Anyway, last one for you. Then I know you got to run. Lou B says, Tanky, can you mock a draft, a team having to lose first and second round pick to move up for a quarterback, or tank and have these picks this and next year? Go tank. All right. So basically, if you're trading, let's do it real quick. If you're trading up for any of the quarterbacks right now, based on what you know, obviously a lot of games to be played and film to study, who would you be trading up for? And then the second part that Lou B is asking you, say the Jets choose to go out there and not trade up, what would be, like, I guess, your non-trading up scenario, either at quarterback or just what you would do with the first round picks?
Okay. All right. I'll break down these three quarterbacks. I haven't done full, fledged research on these guys, but this is basically how it goes. The highest floor quarterback is Fernando Mendoza. Then Ty Simpson has a lower floor, and Dante Moore has the lowest floor of the three. But it flips. Dante Moore has the highest ceiling of the three. Then Ty Simpson has a little less of a ceiling than Dante Moore. And I think Fernando Mendoza has the lowest ceiling of the three. With that said, I have so much faith in Tanner Engstrand and how he runs his offense and what he wants to do here. And I have and this offensive line. I love Tanner Engstrand. By the way, Tyrod Taylor, just throwing this out there, had the 5th best QBR. I know QBR is hit or miss, but he had, because they had Shador lower than JJ McCarthy, which I'm not a Shador guy, but that's ridiculous. Like, significantly lower, which makes no sense to me. Regardless, he had the 5th best QBR this week, Jake. And Baltimore had the 5th best secondary based on PFF and in coverage. So without Garrett Wilson out there, that's pretty impressive to me at 223 yards passing. But with that said, I am going after the high floor guy. I want a quarterback that can come in here and play quarterback at an average level. I'm not looking for some CJ Stroud development process like you're going to need with Dante Moore. I'm not looking at that kind of thing. I'm not looking at sitting someone like Jordan Love. Get this guy in here and let him play and be an average, even below average, but in that 18 to 20 range. It's suitable enough, and then hope he climbs into that 12 to 15 range by the end of the season. That's Fernando Mendoza. So I would be willing, depending upon where they're drafting, if he's there and it costs you a first and a third, I'm sorry, we have 5 of them. I give one up and I take them. That's what I would do. I know fans might not like to hear that. I'm not doing jumping jacks or cartwheels about it, but you do what you got to do. They got to start winning sooner rather than later at this point. They already had their tank year this year. This is their tank year. What, are you going to have another one? And if you're going to have another one, at least have a quarterback sitting there learning. They have to do it next year, or else it just takes too long. The second thing to what he's saying, Jake, if I'm drafting 7th or 6th and I'm not trading up, I would take Mendoza, Simpson, and then Moore. If they're
whichever's left.
Yeah, and if they're not there, I might take Caleb Downs.
Or I'm trading out in that scenario.
Or I'm trading out, yeah. We need a safety too. Caleb Downs is phenomenal. I'm not in love with drafting a safety in the top 10, but that kid's different. So
the Jets have never done that.
Oh no,
they've never drafted a safety in the. I think, what was Jamal, 6? He was picked 6, I think. Or was he 7?
Was he 7?
He might have been 7.
Yeah. He was,
by the way,
a few
real
picks
quick.
before Mahomes.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
I was operating under the premise Frankie had to run, but I just saw your note. I missed this, that you have more time. Your meeting got pushed back. So tell me when you got to run, because I'm glad that we got you for a little while longer here.
Yeah. I'm good.
Some super
Did it for
chats
you,
here.
Jake. You know,
I love it. Thank you, Mr. Tanky V. Darth Crypto in the raffle for 2. I believe he's the first person. Nope, Robin entered 2. We'll get to his super chat coming up. We got 3 weekly prizes for those who are tuning in for the first time this week. Signed Revis jersey, signed LaDainian Tomlinson jersey, and a signed C.J. Mosley helmet as our top prizes in the raffle. Dark Crypto says, in Charlotte for the Knicks game. Go Knicks, go Jets. Let's go. Big one tonight for the Knicks against those pesky Hornets. Let's see how they look. Nicholas says, winning is about culture and attitude. If you're okay with losing, you will be a loser in life. Glenn and the players should not be okay with losing. We as Jet fans, we are losers, and we see the bigger picture. And I can understand why some Jet fans would say it doesn't behoove us to beat the Falcons in late November when I could be picking 3rd as opposed to 5th and not have to trade away a bunch of assets to help our I see both sides of the argument, Nicholas. Glenn said the right thing today. That's what he should say as the head coach of a team. Players play, coaches coach. We as fans, we could root however we want to root. We have no impact on what ultimately happens.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I get to a degree this statement, but Nicholas, give me a break with this stuff, man. Like, if you're okay with losing, you know why some fans are okay with losing? Because it gets you a higher draft pick to get the quarterback that then can equate to more winning. It's a step back to take 2 steps forward.
Short-term loss for a long-term gain.
Yeah. I mean, listen, like you said, the players aren't going to be into losing. Oh, I'm not going to block today. I'm going to miss 5 blocks today because we're tanking. Like, that's not a reality. But there's organizational things you can do to test out your young talent and sort of like shoot for the stars. And if it works, you got some great quality, pieces moving forward, or some people you have trust in on your team, or it blows up in your face and you lose a bunch of games, but you're drafting higher. I mean, that's like how institutions tank. You see it now. Cleveland put Shador in. People thought that was a tanking move, but he seems to be better than Gabriel. So I don't know, but organizations have done that before.
Super chats. Cut the line. Maceby writes in, who do you want, Jake? You're back and forth with Neil was gold. I was driving at the time. Your show is valuable for long drives. Makes time fly. Maceby, appreciate you. Please email me again, by the way, because I know with Quinnen getting traded, I got to figure out a new prize for you that I know you want. I've been meaning to reach out to you. So shoot me an email, Maceby, when you get a chance. Appreciate your kind super chat here. And shout out to everyone who's driving, all over the country. Thanksgiving. I know it's like the biggest travel day of the year. No drinking and driving later, people. This is the biggest drinking night of the year as well. So everyone be safe out there on the road.
Scooters, okay? No drinking and taking a scooter, okay? Do not do that.
Don't tanky V this. All right? Nobody tanky V this bleep. Oh, man. JK writes in, Mendoza seems to mentally have it. If we're going to get out of the mud with a rookie, take the swing on a good processor with a solid arm. I agree. Given the guy with the highest floor, Mendoza's like, he's got a bit of the tism, I feel like, when I listen to him talk. He's really, really smart, man. Like, I like Fernando Mendoza a lot. I mean, it was really impressive. I went back and watched the full podcast of him with Urban Meyer breaking down like the X's and O's of that game-winning drive. And like everyone's seen a couple of the clips. I played a few of them on the show, but like the full episode, like he's very different. He's very impressive. He's smart, and he's started 25 plus games in college. By the time we get to the draft, it might be more depending how far Indiana goes in the playoff. I like Mendoza. I am fascinated to see how he looks against Ohio State in about a week.
Yeah, that's the biggest test imaginable. That Ohio State defense. They are playing in a week, right?
It should be in the Big Ten championship game. Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure. Yeah, that's the biggest test he's going to have. And that's going to be a huge test for him in the eyes of NFL scouts, because that Ohio State defense is one of the best we've seen in years. So I'm curious how he plays there. What I do like about him too on the field, if he feels confident in a throw, he's getting that ball out. There's no hesitation. He reads that safety or that corner doing whatever they're doing. He's getting that ball out. He is not waiting to make sure he's a confident kid in the pocket. And he can run multiple styles of offense. I mean, they're not a gunslinging style, Indiana. They like to run the ball and play a little bit more of a traditional kind of offense, I feel like. But when they need to sling it, he can go out there and sling it. So I like him a lot, man. I really do. His arm, he's got a lot of zip back there. He's a big kid. And he can move a little bit too. He can move. He can run a little, read option on the goal line, etc. So, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, super chats. Cut the line. The big fella. We already read that one. Lou, we already read that one. Robin Boy Wonders in the raffle for 2. This draft is either foundation or hopefully not the ruination. They better get it right. Happy Thanksgiving to all Asmaniacs. Even Beast, Jake, put me in the raffle. Robin Boy, you're playing to win today. You are in the Asmaniac raffle.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Aaron Glenn said today.
You play the game to win.
So he tried to hermit, but he didn't get it quite right, but close enough. Point stands. Robin,
That's
thank
great.
you. Barney says draft's a crapshoot and Jets wins are rare, no tanks. I get it, but like what's the difference between winning 5 games versus winning 3 at this point? I just don't think there's much. The season's been over for weeks. So like I don't want them to be embarrassed and get blown out. I don't want them to regress and Glenn's having halves like the end of London all over again, or the defense not knowing how to tackle, like everything that was so bad for most of the year. But I'm also not going to be screaming and yelling if they lose by a field goal to the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. Like, I'll live with it.
Yeah, we also have to put in perspective, everyone, and I haven't heard this enough. We traded Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams a few weeks ago. Do we remember that? Do you think when they traded those 2 players that they didn't have in mind that maybe they're not going to set themselves up this year to win as many games as possible because they're looking into the future, right? I mean, like if your goal is just to win this year and to build morale, you may not trade Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. So I do like that they're thinking in the long term here. Long term meaning 3 years, because that's what long term is in football now. Coaches don't stay around long enough, Jake, anymore, man. It's not like it was back in the day where coaches would be there for a minimum of 5 years. You're lucky to last 5 years in some roles. I mean, seriously, a lot of coaches are in and out. If they don't prove it in 3 years, they're gone. So you got to make things happen sooner rather than later. This was Aaron Glenn and Muji's sort of tank year. They got a ton of draft capital. I thought the moves were brilliant. I really did. But now you got to hit on those picks.
You play the game to win.
That's right.
Play the game. You should make a shirt. You play the game to win.
Does anyone want to make me
What's
an Aaron Glenn?
better?
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, what's better? You play the game to win, or you play to win the game? What do you like better?
I'll tell you what, we can only hope Glenn saying this is about to inspire the Jets to, turn into some of those teams that Herm had. When Herm said the play to win the game line at the presser, the Jets were 2-5, and then they rallied to win the division. That's the last time they won the division, that 0-2 season.
Yeah. I mean, we're not mathematically out of the playoffs yet, everybody.
Hello? You play to win the game.
That's right. The 8-9 New York Jets, your 7 seed in the AFC playoffs. It's still possible. Ralphie says, based on Frankie's rankings, we should be able to trade for one of those 3 rookie quarterbacks with our draft picks. And look, I've said all along, they sold Woody on a plan when they made the Sauce and Quinnen deals that we're going to get you your quarterback of the future this offseason. I truly believe that.
Yeah. Yeah, we also have to be careful because there's some teams that, careful meaning if we're drafting 5th, let's say, and we're not going to trade up, we're just going to wait for, best quarterback available, call it BQA. You don't want a team to jump you and maybe take Mendoza a pick or 2 before when you really want the kid. Like a team like Minnesota, for example, is a team that I'm looking at as definitely a contender to trade up in that top 5. You know what I mean? They're already talking about what they're going to do in free agency at quarterback. So you just want to make sure, there's potential for teams like that might look to trade up. The Raiders are going to look at quarterback. They might be drafting in front of us anyway. I said the Vikings. You look at the Falcons are going to be in that quarterback market, potentially, at least someone to compete with Penix, who's, unable to stay healthy. Arizona is going to look at a quarterback. So, there's some teams that people aren't really talking about that I think they're going to look at quarterbacks, honestly. And, you want to make sure that if you're going to trade up, make it happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, a super chat from Derek, who says, which other teams, knowing how rich we are with draft picks, is there a fear Tennessee might try and force more out of us to move? Look, they're going to try and have a bidding war if they get the number 1 pick and extract max value. Again, Tennessee's also going to weigh how far down do we want to go where we're missing out on an elite player. That's why, for those who are pro the tank, pro tanking, if you only have to go from 3 to 1 and Tennessee can get a couple extra picks and still pick the best non-quarterback at 3, that's enticing to them than maybe, getting a bigger offer but having to go from 1 to 10 with the Rams, who right now would have that pick, or who, you know what I mean? Whatever scenario you want to come up with, that's another argument for the tanking crowd, which I get. So, yes, to answer your question, though, Derek, Tennessee, if they're smart, and they're not, but they're going to have a new regime coming in that will decide things, they're going to try and extract as much as they can for that pick. But there's also the game within the game. How far down do you want to go before you cost yourself a chance to get Reuben Bain Jr. or, Arvell Reese or whoever the top non-quarterback is considered?
Yeah, totally. I also think if you want to call here, I think Tennessee's going to win one of their next 2 games. They're playing Jacksonville at home, and then they're going to Cleveland. But Cam Ward's been playing a lot better the last couple of weeks. And since they fired the coach there, Callahan, it seems like they've been playing a lot better overall, the whole team. They're playing more inspired. Watch Tennessee win a couple more games at the end of the year. Everyone's assuming they're going to finish 1-16 or 2-15. I think they're going to hit that 3-win mark. I do. And yeah, they're going to be a team that might look to trade out. We don't know. But the thing is with trading out, if these quarterbacks at this point, they're not convincing anyone that they are definitely going to be top 3 picks, any of these guys, they could go in the top 5. They could not. I mean, so there's a lot more to be said in the next month or so in this college football season as to where these quarterbacks really stack up. There is no clear-cut number 1 guy, Jake. I've spoken to people that love Ty Simpson. I've spoken to people that think Dante Moore is the best. There's obviously a bunch of people that think Mendoza. So, this is kind of shaping out to be similar to that Zach Wilson draft without Trevor Lawrence in it. It's like you got your Zachers, you got your Justin Fields people, you got your Mac Jones people. It's a weird kind of compilation of quarterbacks right now. No one's really standing out, but I think by the end of the year, somebody will.
Mr. Tanky V, excellent job out of you. I appreciate you hopping on.
You called the bullpen, baby. Calling the bullpen.
Bringing in the close.
Jake, have a happy Thanksgiving, my man. I'll listen to you tomorrow. I always listen to Jake on Thanksgiving. It's not easy doing a show on Thanksgiving. You're the man. I'm gonna tune you in, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the co-founder of U Stadium and the co-host of the Gangs All Here podcast with the New York Post, Frankie V. Frankie, I'll play you out the only way I know how, with a Jet Champ, baby. For those who missed the first show today, Matt O'Leary was the guest. So we did a full O'Leary wedding recap with Matt on the first show. Also, I know tomorrow is Thanksgiving. So again, I want to thank all of you because I'm thankful for all of you who tune into a show every day about a team that hasn't made the playoffs in 15 years. You guys are the best. And perhaps if you're going to be watching the parade tomorrow morning, you might recognize one of the floats in the parade. So we have that to look forward to tomorrow. Shout out to Beast for being a part of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Let's get to some of your calls right now, shall we? First up today on the Gustbuster Umbrella Hotline is a guy who always brings it when he calls in. Lou B, Super Jets fan. What's up, Lou?
What's up? What's up, Jake? Can you hear me good?
Lou, got you loud and clear, my friend.
All right, good. So obviously we're all Jet fans. That's what we're here for. The other teams are the enemy. We all know that. Now, if we win more games, those teams, as you just pointed out, are going to be sitting in front of us. And Tennessee is going to look not to lose the guy that they want. So that 1 or 2 picks, we could possibly lose a quarterback this year. And I am so sick of going to the games and watching, no passes, no throws. So I have friends that are team tank. I'm team tank. And I have friends that are so against it. Like, you can't lose. But the other teams are the enemy. And we just all have to understand as Jet fans, they're going to try to rob quarterbacks in this draft, right? He just said Minnesota. I can't even believe Minnesota is in this conversation now, because that's another team we have to worry about. I'm worried about the Raiders. I'm worried about Cleveland deciding that Shador is not good, which I don't think he is. So I think that it's so important for us to lose games right now. And I'll be at the game cheering on Sunday. I go to every game. But to have teams going after us in that pick, we could possibly lose having a quarterback this year over 1 win. It's as simple as that. So that's why I'm so for the tank. I want to win next year. I want to win the year after that. But I can't understand how the Jet fans, how we're not aligned on this. Like, we need to get a quarterback. Why do we want to give up so much? We're going to pay a lot to Tennessee or whoever's in front of us. So that just kills me right now, to just think that everyone doesn't really understand what's at stake here.
I totally get that. It's just tough because fans it's hard to sit there and root against your team. Like, I'm at a point where if they win, I'm not going to scream and yell, but I'm also going to be like, man, like, this could hurt. But like, I think you have to accept they're probably going to win a couple more games. I don't think they're going to finish 2-15.
Yeah, no, and I guess I am accepting that, but it kills me to not, for everyone not to realize that the enemy is the other teams, right? And they are coming for what we want. We do need a quarterback. I mean, how could we wait till next year to get a quarterback?
No, I mean, they're going to have someone at quarterback. It's just a matter of, do they get the guy they truly want, right? Like, are they going to settle for someone else versus, hey, if we're in position to get our guy, move up, flip a second, move up from 3 to 1. Let's get Mendoza, who's our guy, or Simpson, who's like whoever it is. Like, the other thing is, it's such a crapshoot. So people will say, why are we trading up? Just take who's ever there and we'll live with it. Like, look at the quarterbacks in the league that weren't the first pick of their respective draft class.
But look, I'm going to Pittsburgh this year. You know that. I want to come home with Mendoza on my back. I really do. I love this guy. I've been watching him every week. I like Ty too. Dante comes out. I don't know. I hope he does, because it makes it a little bit easier for us. But also, not only that, but the loss will also let us get another guy, not having to give so much capital to get this pick. We could Denzel Boston. There's some incredible receivers that are still there, defensive players that we're going to need next year. Next year is coming. Next year we'll all be there. We'll be there watching this game. We could either have a stud in the game or give that pick away to someone else. And that's what's going to happen by winning right now. I just, Jet fans, we just really need to understand what's at stake by winning here. And
we have no control over it, though, Lou. That's the thing. Like, we could just, like, Glenn's coaching to win. The players are playing to win. Like, teams don't tank. Like, it's not going to happen.
I get that, but just understanding what the difference of a loss to a win right now. It's so crazy. Like this weekend, I had a whole list of, Cleveland lose, Raiders win, this one win, Tennessee, Indianapolis. Like, I'm going crazy with all these picks right now.
You play the game to win.
Yeah, I don't want to win. I want to go see competitive. I love seeing all these. I love Muji. I think he's done the best job for us. We knew we needed receivers. Now we have a little bit of a core there. I love these guys. And that's it, Jake. I don't want to take any more time. Happy Thanksgiving. And that's it. I'll see you soon.
Lou, you're the man, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
You too, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to more of your outstanding calls right now, because up next on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is
Jet Wagon's always cooking, which it takes. Jet Wagon's even cooking at the game. Jet Wagon hates McDonald's, but he's headed home to cook. It's time once again for Jet Wagon.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jake.
Happy Thanksgiving, Chuck.
Thank you. Just chilling for tonight because I'm actually quite excited for tomorrow. And like, you know, Joe said yesterday, even though he doesn't like turkey, I get it. But still, everything else that goes with it, I'm just really excited for it. So, yeah.
Where's the mac and cheese, Chuck? Is it ready for tomorrow?
That mac and cheese, and I know I was having camera issues because I'm still figuring out StreamYard and how to change cameras and this and that. I was trying to tell you that the mac and cheese was actually just for my family here, you know, to have for yesterday and today. My sister is actually on mac and cheese duty for tomorrow. I'm on pie duty, so.
I'll tell you what. I'm excited for your photo in the Discord now that you became a Patreon member, Chuck Wagon, of the Thanksgiving spread tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah, I'll probably take a couple, one for desserts, one for the main course. Probably, you know, take a picture of what the hors d'oeuvres look like. So I'll probably have a nice little spread of different things.
I love it. Well, Chuck, enjoy your Thanksgiving with the family.
You too. And I know you have to work, but enjoy it still.
Thank you, Chuck Wagon. Thank you very much. The good news about doing mornings is, even though I'm not a morning person and it's a nightmare for me to get up tomorrow, I'll figure it out, is that once it's 10 a.m., I'm done. And then we get some football, baby. We're presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Here's your look at the lines for Turkey Day for the 3 games on the NFL schedule. A very good Thanksgiving slate. So I think we're going to get some good games tomorrow. And I think that if you're looking to bet on these games, you should do it with FanDuel. Now, I'll give you guys some picks here. These are my picks for the games tomorrow. I'm going to take a side for each game. Taking the Packers plus 2.5. All right. Packers plus 2.5. Goff's numbers plummet when he's under pressure. Green Bay has a top 10 pressure rate. I like the value here with Green Bay. So I'm taking the Packers in game 1. Game 2, I'm laying the 3.5. I liked it better at 3 when I made my analysis for this when I was prepping for the show tomorrow morning. It was 3. It's now 3.5. 3.5, I don't love it as much, but I'm still going to lay the points. Kansas City needs the game. I'm just not completely sold yet on Dallas here. Lay the 3.5. Dallas plays one of the highest rates of zone coverage in the league, and Mahomes shreds zone. So I think Kansas City's the right move here. And then last but not least, the night game. I know Burrow's back. That doesn't bother me. I'm laying the 7, taking the Ravens. Their defense, we just saw it, Jet fans. They've been a lot better. I think Lamar was conservative in that game against the Jets Sunday, so he could go more all out in a divisional game in prime time in the game tomorrow night. I think that has a lot to do with the version of Lamar that we saw. And I think knowing that Lamar will then get 10 days to recover in between games, he's going to be more aggressive, making plays with his legs. And Jet fans, we know how awful the Bengals defense is. Burrow, first game back against a solid Ravens defense. I like Baltimore here. So those are the 3 picks I got for the games. So we'll see how I do. I also do like a couple of the totals in the games tomorrow. I put these together as well. I like the Chiefs Cowboys to go over 50. Is it 52.5 still? It is over 52.5. I also like the Packers Lions game to go over 48.5. And the total in the Ravens Bengals game is 52.5. A little high to me, so I don't really have a lean. It's actually 51.5 now, so I got to update my notes here. But so I only really like the over in the first 2 games, and then I gave you a side for each of them. So there is my breakdown on the games tomorrow for everyone who's watching football and eating lots of food. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right back to your calls. Now, a lot of you are on hold. We got some legends on the line. Let's keep it rolling.
He wears batshit crazy glasses. Spikes his football in the toilet. He might be a little drunk. 3D Gary thinks the guy is a midwit. Is that a Cybertruck on his face? Let's ask Sean Sugator.
Hey Jake, how you doing today?
What's up, Sean? Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. I didn't think I was going to call in because I try to only call in once a week, try to make it interesting. But anyway, like I think people are shitting on our secondary a little bit. I mean, it's not like people are scorching us for like 400 yards a game. Yeah, there's some mistakes, there's miscues, you know what I mean? And but that'll happen. But there's a lot of young guys in our secondary. Cisco's gone. He's hurt. You got to give these guys a break. Adams been playing a little better, actually, since last year. So like I'm not playing devil's advocate or anything, but I'm just I'm noticing because I'm watching game film and I'm like, these guys aren't terrible. They're just like, miscued by like a second or so. But
well, they don't have a turnover or an interception all year. That's a problem.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem too.
That's a big
and
problem.
That's on Wilkes.
I think the personnel is also a problem in that area too. When you don't have an interception all season and you're breaking an NFL record, yes, it's on Wilkes. I don't think he should be brought back.
And I said that earlier. Yeah. And I said that earlier.
I think they need 2 new starting safeties too. I think Malachi Moore has been okay. I think I want to get 2 new starting safeties and let Moore compete for playing time next year.
Adams obviously is going to be like, the out man. Cisco's probably going to be like the out man. So, yeah, we're going to have to get some new safeties in here. Moore's probably going to stay.
Do you think you could play safety, Sean? How are your ball skills?
I used to play safety in high school.
Really?
I played for a national championship team.
Show us what you looked like when you kind of dropped back into coverage. Were you like a free safety, strong safety?
I was a free safety.
So you were moving around. You were a ball hawk.
Yeah.
I do me a favor.
I was looking at the quarterback's eyes.
Yeah, put your phone up against something, right? And kind of give us your stance as a safety, what it looked like when you were kind of like reading the quarterback.
All right. Okay. All right, Jake. You and your demands of physical demand. No, I was kidding. All right. All right. So that's how it was. All right. All right. So you stand in position, right? Like this. Right? And then you pedal back. But you try to, like, you see, I ran into the recliner. You pedal back and you watch the quarterback, right? But you keep the receiver at back. Hold on. So, all right, you see the receiver coming across, right? And you know exactly if you study film, you know what routes they're running. So you try to intercept it.
All right, so I'm going to say set hut, and then you're going to drop back, all right?
Yeah. Okay. See. All right. See hut. All right.
Set hut.
And you do that, but you always look at the receiver's eyes, and you look at the quarterback's eyes.
I like your pants, Sean.
Thank you. I appreciate it. They're unique. I like unique stuff.
Hey, Jay Reeves says it's barbecue chicken with you at safety.
Okay. Yeah. All right. But other than that, I like Quincy. I like Quincy Williams because he plays with intensity, man. I see this guy like he's not a perfect tackler. He has issues with tackles in his career, finishing them. But he's always trying to, finish a play before it starts.
Hey,
like
Mike D's nuts thinks you're worse than Tony Adams.
Yeah, I mean, in my professional career, I probably would have been worse than him. But I would have probably been playing for, Navy. But anyway, I'm not saying I was like a great, but I'm saying like my high school team won the national championship. So I mean, I wasn't too bad, but you know what's so funny, Jake? There was 3 of us, 3 Giannonis on the Astros team.
Is your last name Giannoni?
Giannoni.
Giannoni.
Yeah.
Do they call you guys the Italian Stallions?
Yeah. The only reason why I use my real name because I looked it up and it means Big John. I'm like, big in Italian, it means Big John. I'm like, Big John.
We already have
That's
enough
stupid.
big names. We have Big Fella. We have Big Cho.
I'm like Big John, and I like Sharp. So when we're showing Sharp, but Bennett came as like, because Cornelius, I know he was a Bills player, but Cornelius Bennett was one of my favorite players growing up. So I don't know. But I just wanted to say that basically I hope the Jets, man, turn this wagon around, man. Let's get like if the alignment of stars comes, right? Like if karma is real, and if the universe is like on a scale and it has to even out to work, then Jets have to have their due, man. Like we have to have a franchise team, man.
Well, Sean, that's very well said. You have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow, right?
You as well, Jake.
All right. Mike Dems is in the raffle for one. Let's get some entries. We only have one gifted membership the whole show. I'm going to gift one right now and get us rolling. If you get one from me, you are in the raffle at the end of the show for a Jets jersey of your choosing. You pick the franchise legend. You want the jersey in because guess what? A gifted membership from yours truly just went to listener A Jersta, who is in the raffle now. Let's go. All right, let's get back to your calls. Ladies and gentlemen, a legend has joined us on the line. Stop what you're doing and hit it.
Hey, Charles! You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. Hey, Charles! I'm not saying that Lowski takes steroids. At least some of it. Hey, Charles! Who is that lovely lady? Sing it this way, Charles!
Happy Thanksgiving Eve, Charles, and you're back in your home. Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Charles, how do you do?
Doing good, man. I just had dinner with the fam. Everything's doing well. So I already said you might have a job for me.
I do. I haven't shared this with the audience yet, so let me set this up.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
Now, you said that you were with your family. At any point in your conversations with them, either tonight or maybe this is a conversation tomorrow, did you ask about the family business?
What family business?
Gorman Plumbing.
Oh, this is a joke, right? This is a joke. We're not plumbers, Jake. We're
Located in Jacksonville, Florida. The Dream was nice enough to send me this. I had no idea that your family was in the plumbing industry. Why don't you move down to Jacksonville and work for Gorman Plumbing?
We're not plumbers, Jake. We're not plumbers.
What do you mean?
My mother's a paraprofessional. My father works at ShopRite Medicine. My brother's a substitute teacher. Me, I'm just looking for work right now.
But we know you love to fart, so I figured this had to be you.
It's not me, Jake. Just because people share our last name doesn't mean we're related.
This is unbelievable. So that's not you? Gorman Plumbing is not the Gormans?
It's not us, Jake. It's not us, no.
Well, maybe you should still call them. You see their numbers on the truck there.
Well, I'm not going to go all the way to Jacksonville, Florida. That's for damn sure.
Maybe they're international company. Maybe they have locations all over.
I appreciate the thought, Jake, but thank you. Is it all you want me to call on it for? You want to talk Jets? I'll be more willing to do that.
Well, I would love to hear your Jets thoughts.
Well, I think Darren Mucci, I like the fact that Darren Mucci has been very proactive this season. I think some of the acquisitions he made is nice, like Javon Briggs, he's been nice. Harrison Phillips has been okay. John Mechie has been nice. And Donnie Mitchell has had some nice moments. But obviously the Armand Membu pick has been sensational.
Have you been working out?
I have lost a few pounds, but I wouldn't say I'm necessarily working out, but I have lost a few pounds.
Are you going to be putting on some pounds tomorrow?
Hell yeah. I'm going to be eating that turkey like they ain't no tomorrow.
Now, a lot of people are saying you can't talk about the Jets when you're a Colts fan.
I can talk about whatever I want. It's a free country.
It is a free country.
And if people don't like it, they can make like a tree and leave. That's how I feel. If people don't like the fact that I'm talking about a team that I chose to boycott under my own free will, not under any manipulation or force, that's their problem.
Ted
Anyway,
says trees don't leave. Can you clarify?
It's an expression.
Now, Gary is saying that you did something with a pie that resembled the movie American Pie. Is this true?
I just ate it regularly.
Okay, so you didn't make love to a pie like Jim
No, 'cause
did in
Gary,
American
don't
Pie?
listen to Gary. He's being an idiot right now.
So Gary's lying?
Yes.
But he's always literal. He never lies.
Gary's an idiot, Jake. Sometimes you should know better than that.
Plants are trying to kill me, so I think I'll eat a stick of butter.
Gary, what is happening here? What's
Well,
this
we were
pie?
having a debate that he did sex with a pie, and that is he still a virgin after doing sex with a pie?
I
That
did
was
not have sex with the pie, Gary.
No,
Why are
remember.
you insinuating-
Remember yesterday you walked two blocks in the rain, and Nick Shine gave you an apple pie that which you made sex with.
I didn't have sex with it, Gary. I think you're being an idiot.
No,
right
like
now.
penetration.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
I don't know if we want to go down this path right now, so I will move on from that one. So, Charles, just to
Gary's
clarify,
being an idiot, Jake. Don't listen to him.
let's get this on the
took a
record.
knife
You did
and I
not
cut-
say it loudly. I did not have sex with a pie.
I did not make sweet baby Jesus to a pie.
Remember, Bill Clinton famously said he did not have sex with that woman, and he did. So don't be lying to me.
I did not giggity the pie. I did not gugger the pie schmorta, whatever the hell it is.
Calm your freaky down.
I just needed you to say I didn't have sex with a pie. I didn't need all these other terms.
I did not have sex with the pie.
Now, a
I
couple
ate it.
people on the line are saying that this guy has had sex with a pie. Let me go right to the source.
Holy crap, here comes Beastbreaker 666.
Why don't you get your fat ass on a treadmill and go the distance with me?
Is that Bobby Midnight?
I'm not into politics, and I already told you that.
I may be big, but I'm gonna be bad enough to put you out.
Beastbreaker always has some salient points.
Are you kidding me, Jake? I would not. Are you seriously? If Charles did not have sex with the pie, let the man be. He's trying to,
Oh, they're saying you did, Beast. I wanted you to get on the
No,
record.
Frank, I'm sorry. I don't find it. In the words of the great Vince McMahon, I don't find any humor in that at all. Gobble, 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 gobble. I don't find stupid shit like that amusing or appealing. That is against my interest. As George Carlin once said, it's against my interest. You want to talk football and
George
basketball?
Carlin was hysterical.
How about we talk basketball? Our New York Knicks are actually red hot at this moment, and they are still smoking heat, and we're doing actually really well. And how about
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
Beast, this was just sent to me. Apparently, you got a float in the parade tomorrow. Did you know about this?
If it's something really stupid, I don't want to see it. Saw the most stupidest shit I've ever saw. If you want to be stupid and act like a dummy, then take that shit, you shove it somewhere else. I'm here to talk business and you'll get personal. But let me just say, it's Thanksgiving. I want to enjoy this time. And if the Jets want to have a float, put that in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. Don't put me in that parade. That looks like shit on a stick. Gobble, 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 gobble.
Well said, Beast. I knew that wasn't real. People were saying you had a float, so I was just trying to get some clarification. Gorman just dropped off in the middle of all that. So, Charles, thanks for your time. And if you reconsider, I'd be happy to call Gorman Plumbing on your behalf. But I figured it'd be in the family business. Why not? Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Let's get to more of your calls right now on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline. We just saw him briefly. Let's go back to him. He's next in line here.
Women need to vacuum and shouldn't be allowed to vote. Yeah, ladies, you can do music.
I like that intro. That's a quality intro. It's good. I actually wanted to talk to Frankie because I'm trying to get his take on the quarterback because I want to know their take. Is it quarterback or bust? Because he said that we're going to take Mendoza, and then as far as upside, he ranked Mendoza last of the three. So does he want to do that? Is that his take? He wants to take a limited upside quarterback by his own definition, and I agree with his take. I agree. Mendoza has the lowest floor and the lowest ceiling, or the highest floor and the lowest
Highest
ceiling.
floor, lowest ceiling.
Yeah. I agree with everything he said. But then does he want to take him number one? Does he want to take a quarterback with a limited upside at number one? He's not here because that's what I was taking from what he said, which to me is insane.
I think he's saying the Jets like Mendoza the best, and that's who he thinks they're going to trade up for.
I keep hearing this too, and is this coming from somewhere credible? Like, where does this link that the Jets like Mendoza?
It's not anywhere. My understanding is Goff was a pocket quarterback, and Mendoza's comp has been Goff by some. I think that's really all it is, and people run with it. There's no one with credibility has said, "Yep, the Jets have identified Mendoza as their number one." We're too early in that. The coaches haven't even watched any film on these guys yet.
All right, because I see ESPN had a mock where the Jets are trading up to number one. They never do that this early in the process. If they do that, it's closer to the draft.
What do you mean?
So they have the ESPN has the Jets trading up to number
one.
Right,
the Matt Miller mock. That's Matt Miller's opinion on what he thinks will happen. That's not reported on or anything.
They usually don't do trades like that, like hypothetical trades like that, until closer to the draft.
That's not true. I've seen plenty of mocks with trades in it. Yeah,
in the middle of the season, not after the season ends, like mid-season.
Well, definitely after the season ends, but there's always like a mid-season mock check, and mocks get. Here's the dirty little secret. Excuse me. Mocks get a tremendous amount of clicks on a homepage. When I was in Houston and we did segments when the Texans had the 2-1s, they had the 2 picks in the top 13. That was the Stroud and Will Anderson draft. We could not do enough reacting to Daniel Jeremiah's mock, reacting to Kuiper, McShay. Like those would get some of our most highly rated segments when I would post those clips as YouTube videos. When I do shows on YouTube in the off season, reacting to so-and-so's mock always gets more views than something else during draft season. So that's why ESPN does it. They're playing the hits.
No, I get why. I keep seeing this thing where either by trade or by draft pick, like Mendoza to the Jets, like it's a reoccurring theme.
Because he's considered the top quarterback right now, and the Jets need a quarterback, and they have the most picks, so people connect the dots. Oh, he's ranked the top quarterback. Oh, yeah, they're going to go and get a quarterback. That's why they have all these picks. So let's mock the Jets moving up for a quarterback. It's an easy thing to put together.
But remember, this time last year, who was the number one quarterback recruit? It wasn't Cam Ward. He was 2. Who
was it? Still Shador?
Yeah. Remember he wore the Giant cleats because he's going to be drafted number 1 to the Giants? And yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This changes a million times. Like if you go back last year, at this time, Jackson Dart wasn't even a first or a second round pick.
It wasn't even a second round pick?
I don't think he was a second round pick at this time last year.
Maybe not. Yeah.
There was the thought that he was a second round pick on draft night. People weren't convinced.
He was picked late in the first round. I think a lot of people had the look on him that I did, which was he's good, but he has to learn how to play football because what he did at Ole Miss for 3 years doesn't get you ready for the NFL. Now he worked out and he's way ahead of schedule, but I thought he would be good potentially, but it's going to be a process. Like he's going to have to learn how to play the position because what he did in Ole Miss for 3 years doesn't really prepare you for what you're going to see in the NFL. Now he's worked out and he's been good, but that was what I call a high risk pick. It could work out and it seems to be working out, but there's risk in taking Jackson Dart, which is why I think people had him falling out of the first round. You're saying maybe even out of the second round. But, that wasn't necessarily because they didn't think he was good. It was because it's a risky pick.
Now, let me ask you this. Beastbreaker writes in, I'm an immortal savage. Would you agree?
No, none is immortal except for one, and it's not him.
Why not?
Because God said once to die, and then a man is once to die, and then the judgment. So if you're once to die, then you're not immortal. You're going to die. Everyone
God
dies.
doesn't have a Thanksgiving Day parade float.
Okay. Is that that float may last for years. It may long outlive Beast, and it very well may, but it's still not going to be immortal.
Really?
Yeah, you're not going to live forever, and neither is the float. Your life is but a vapor that appears for a little while and then vanishes forever.
Yeah, from someone who calls me fat. Unfortunately, I'm not fat. For your information, all your bad comments yesterday, very, very piss poor and mismanaged by life. You cannot ever carry my bags, boots, or jockstrap, or anything else to life, because let me just run the tail of the tape for you. I've done a great family background on my life, and there's part of me that you don't know nothing about. I'm part Greek.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a lot of things.
I'm also part German
I'm quite
too.
certain of that.
See, I've done my research. Unlike you, Sonny boy, you got a big mouth lately, and you know what? Women are allowed to vote, and I like women who have class. You are someone I call a first-class, arrogant, low-down, four-flushing piece of human carcass that should be flushed down the toilet, with the word shit, syphilis, and other forms of deformatization towards life and in humanity.
Let me ask you this. I got a wife and 3 kids who count on me, and you flush me down the toilet. What would you be doing to them? Just screw them? You don't get to have a husband? You don't get to have a father? I got a legacy. I got a legacy. I got people who count on me. So I should just be disregarded?
Right here. See,
no, I'm asking you a real question. I've got a lot of
brains
people
than you, bigger
who
than
count
smarter
on me.
brains than you. But here's the difference.
Yeah, for sure. No, I got
your ass.
I have a wife that
make the phone calls.
depends on me, and 3 kids that depend on me.
So
if you want to flush me down the toilet, what do
you could score your way out of a wet paper bag, or not even a cherry pie, you nerd. You could. You can't even do this against because you're not strong.
Awesome. What do you say to my wife and kids who would be without a husband and a father? What would you say to them?
Look
if
here.
You flush me down the toilet.
You see that? You see all this right here? That's meat right there, son. This is all meat, pure power and pure steel. That's example right there. Football, basketball, baseball,
field hockey. Don't forget the field hockey.
Yeah, I got my ass kicked more harder than you've ever done in your life. You know why? Because it toughens me up. See, in real life, all my friends toughened me up because they took me to the school of hard knocks. I've been there. You haven't. You haven't learned anything yet. Sure, you may have been punched around maybe a few rounds, but at the end of the day, 99.9%, you are not in my league.
Shawnee Mack was here. Shawnee Mack was here, and now he's not here. You didn't ever really answer my question, right? You're saying how much.
Let's really look at this. Let's
but first, we'll look at it after you answer my question. Answer my question first, and then PBM. You bring in all the legends. Answer my question first, and then spur incoherently about whatever you want to talk about. But you want to flush me down the toilet. You want me not to be here anymore, right? What would you say to my wife and kids who count on me for everything, to provide and protect for their bare necessities in life?
I'll do my job as a champion does. So I'll pay the bills.
I don't know. I'm asking you to address my question. Work your way up the
system like every champion.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you to address my question.
Work your way up the top of the ladder.
I'm asking you to address my question.
It's meant to be. Business is meant to be called work your way up the ladder. You want to be the best. You got to work your way up the ladder. Everything counts for a reason. It's all about prosperity. It's all about integrity, even guts, and even testicular.
What is he like? This is what I'm saying. This is a problem, guys. This is a uniquely American problem. They don't have things like this in Europe. They don't have things like this in Central and South America. I've been.
You know what?
I filled up 2 passport books. They don't have things like this. This is uniquely American. It's time to start looking at what we're putting in children, what we're putting in our mouths, and understand why this keeps happening. They don't have this. Ask Peter Pratt, do you have this in Estonia? No, we don't have anything like that. Here, it's a dime a dozen. The question is, why do we have this? What is causing this?
Man.
Right? What up, Sean?
Jake, with the beast. Hey, Beast.
What up,
You live in your mom's attic. You yell for meatloaf. You don't know what the world's about. Like, come on, let's be real, man. Let's stop the bullshit.
Back it up, 80s boy. Back that shit up. Don't get fiery with me. I'll put you on a fireball and send you on a first class ticket right across the Atlantic.
Mom, meatloaf, mama.
Hey,
like, come on, man. You live in your attic.
Come get some. You want some of this? Come get some, bitch. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm standing right here just like Scott Steiner. Just remember these. I'm Big Papa Pump, and
I
girls
wouldn't
go,
touch you. You know why,
"Ooh, real
Beast?
hooker fit."
I
Holla
wouldn't
if you hear
touch
me,
you.
player.
I
You
wouldn't
ain't-
touch
you
a
ain't-
retard like you.
Nah,
I wouldn't
pal.
touch you.
Let me just say this. I got the brass to kick your ass. I got the calls to make you drop your drawers.
I wouldn't fucking
And when-
touch you,
when it
Beast.
comes
You know
to
why?
sack,
Because
you
if I
ain't got the
touched
sack,
you,
and you ain't got
then
the sack.
implications came on me, and I'd be the guilty one. So I'm not gonna touch you.
Well, good. Go clean yourself up while you're at me. And I love the Bret Hart shades from 1987. Yeah. You don't
Oh
think I
yeah,
know
you
that
know you
one?
love Bret Hart. That's why you
Hey,
brought him up. You like Bret Hart.
I have two different Bret Harts from '94. How you think
I know you do.
Bret?
I know you worship Bret Hart. I know.
Now that was a rumble. Sean's first time in a rumble. Well done. Unbelievable. We got some heavy hitters still on hold here. Raffle at the end of the show. I saw JD goes March Madness will be unbelievable. As Maniac family. Good luck trying to seed the field of 68. That's right. We're going to go up to 68. We're going to have a couple playing games for the first time. We did 64 last year. We're up to 68. All right, more of your calls right now. Bunch of legends still on the line, as I've been mentioning. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue the conversation right now with one of the OGs of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, on the program is...
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Hello, Mr. Jake.
David T.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Gary is a really good guy, and we need him. And he's Gary is Gary. I'm in the Beast corner. I think he's a good guy. He's got a good future ahead of him. And as far as the Jets go, I think Aaron Glenn, I know you're pretty young, Aaron Glenn and Woody, they're like Abbott and Costello. But I think what we got going for us is Muji. I think he could be the trump card, and I'm hoping he can not dominate, but be the trump card for the future, and be the leader.
You believe in Muji magic?
Yeah, you know what I do. I mean, and it's because of your show and the experts you put on, and the knowledgeable as maniacs. Because I'm naive about a lot of stuff, but I am really becoming a believer.
Well, David, if you're a believer, I'm a believer, because you would never steer us wrong.
I don't know about that, Jake, but I just do the best that I can. I love the Jets.
And we love you, David T. You have a great Thanksgiving.
You too, buddy.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me full screen. It's fireball whiskey time. David motherfucking T.
Great spot there with David T, who I forgot to remove. There he is. All right. We're presented by Ridge. If you need a holiday gift, Ridge has a holiday sale up to 47% off their products. They got the Ridge 2.0 wallet. I got mine in black. They're also sending me a JETS Jets one. They got Major League Baseball, some of the top colleges. Check it out. Ridge is great. No more Costanza wallets. I'll be bringing my Ridge with me to Long Island tomorrow for Thanksgiving. You don't need to have the bulky wallet. Just put whatever you need in here, right? Your cards, some cash if you need. They got the cash strap on here, the money clip. It's great. I recommend Ridge. It's excellent. So again, if you're looking for a gift for that significant other, if you're looking for a cool gift for the holiday season, Black Friday sale, holiday sale, up to 47% off. Code Asman at checkout, ridge.com/Asman, linked in the description. You see it there on the screen. What more do you need? These are awesome wallets. Every color, sleek design, easy to slide right into your pocket of your jeans, your pants, your shorts, whatever. Check it out. Shout out to Ridge for sponsoring today's show. More of your calls right now. Jay from Seattle is up next. What's up, Jay?
Commander, how you doing?
Jay, what's going on? You got to tell me what size you want the jersey that you want. And I messaged you. I haven't heard back. I got to know what size to order the Nick Mangold jersey for you.
Oh, yeah. Extra large.
I got you. I'm going to make a note of that. I will get that ordered for you over the weekend, all right?
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Happy Thanksgiving, first of all, to you and to all the Asmaniacs out there. Coming here from the west coast of Seattle. I mean, it's nice and gray and rainy, just like it is here every day, all the way through April. So anyway, no, I was just telling. Did you see my message that I told you about what happened to me?
Was that you that happened to? I wasn't sure based on your message that was you or someone you knew.
No, to me. It was on October 15th. I got hacked. My bank account got wiped out because I was making a loan, and the bank turned out to be a scam. So instead of depositing the loan to me, they took $9,000 out of my account. So I'm fighting with the banks. I'm fighting with Cash App. I'm trying to get that money reimbursed to me, right? They continue to do their investigations. In the meantime, I'm broke, which is the funniest thing in the world. I've never been broke in my life, and now I'm broke. So that's okay.
How can we help, Jay? What can we do?
Well, what I've done is I'm going to start a GoFundMe, and it's for me, just to kind of support me through the end of the year, which is when I start getting all my new payments, and by then maybe I get it resolved. And if I get it resolved while I still have the GoFundMe, I will take that, whatever money's left over, and I'll pass it on to you so you can then give it to someone or put it into good use, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Well, do me a favor. When the GoFundMe's up, let me know. I'll share it in the Discord. We'll share it in the chat. And sorry you're going through that, Jay. My Twitter got hacked the other day, so I can't even imagine what I'd feel like if my bank account got hacked. So it's
it's definitely a pain, right? But all you can do, like I do, I take an attitude like that because I've been through so many things in my life. You just have to take it one day at a time and let it come and go. Because if it doesn't get solved one way, it'll get solved another way. But hey, man, I'm 68 and I'm still here, hanging around. So I guess something's got to give. But no, everything has been. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I love your positive attitude on things. And by the way, the Jet Shrine behind you, they're looking pretty good with some of the signed items you've won.
Oh yeah, I got the Jet Shrine going back there, and I've got, I don't know what I'm gonna do now with my Sauce Gardner jerseys. I'm still gonna keep the autographed one, right? Because that's a treat. But I have like two others. I'll just give them away to someone who wants them or some kids or whatever. But no, everything's just going fine. I mean, I'm trying to enjoy myself and enjoy a Thanksgiving to see if I got a friend of mine coming later on. He's gonna lend me some money so I can go buy something that I can cook tomorrow, because it's just happy Thanksgiving.
Well, send me a note when that link is up, and we'll definitely share it. And I'm sorry you're going through that, Jay, but I love your attitude, and at least you're gonna have a new Nick Mangold jersey coming at some point. That's you don't need any money for that. I'm just gonna send that right to you.
Sounds good to me, man. Listen, Jay, I can't thank you enough. We've had a great year. Forget about the Jets for now, the record and stuff. But your work, the dynamics that you have going on with this community, bro, it's incredible. And I really applaud you, and I applaud the Asmaniacs that are really out there doing their thing. I mean, look at Gary, look at Beast, and all those guys doing their thing, and they maintain this community going, but that's only because they're inspired by you, and you know how to manage that. You manage the process, you manage their going in, going out of the conversations. It's really cool. I really applaud you for what you're doing. And to the Asmaniacs, I only want to wish them well, happy Thanksgiving, and keep on going. Oh, one last thing. I'm also getting knee surgery on the 10th. So I'm going to get my left knee replaced. Yeah, I have really bad knees. Both of them are screwed up, but I'm going to start with the left one. Then I'll take the other one day by day, see when it gets better. But hey, but all good.
Well, Jay,
Thanks
best
again,
of luck,
Jay.
and I'm glad you called in. All right, we're wishing you all the best.
Always. Thank you, man. Take care.
Jay in Seattle. Man, that's tough. Jay's been a regular on the show for a while. Sorry to hear that. That's just brutal. These banking scams. I mean, but how I got hacked on Twitter was a friend of mine who works in media, has a podcast, sent me like a DM And I thought nothing of it. It was like, hey, I got nominated for this. And like, it was totally believable. Like I get the amount of emails I don't answer or DMs I don't like. I have my Twitter on where you can't even send me a DM unless you're verified or I follow you back or whatever. Like I'm very protective because I know about all these scams. And this has been like a targeted like media personality scam with my Twitter account. So I clicked the link and I don't even remember filling anything out. Like it didn't work or something like that. But like by clicking the link, that was like the scam. They now have access to your account somehow. They can get into your Twitter account and they immediately change like my Twitter email to their email. So then they start the hack and then you got to file the report with X. And then the reason why it took longer than it should for me to get back, my Twitter account I made in 2009. So I didn't even have a Gmail then. Like now I use my Gmail for everything. So Twitter was contacting my AOL email, which I had no idea. Like I forgot. I just assumed it was under my Gmail, but it wasn't. So I probably could have got my account back by Friday instead of having to wait till Monday afternoon. If I had known that, but said the hacker was tweeting about a fake crypto scam and all that. Oh, what a pain. Shout out to Jay for having that level of positivity. Gary says that guy was awesome. I liked him. Gary, you seem to be very moved by Jay's call there.
The guy literally lost everything, and look at him. He's happy. He's yeah, they took all my money. Whatever. I'll be fine. It's like that positivity was like that's a blessing from God. I wouldn't be like that. I'd be pissed off. I would. That guy was awesome.
$9,000 from my bank account. I'd be irate. Yeah.
Yeah, they took it. We'll be all right. I'll start a GoFundMe. My friend's gonna give me some money so I can buy some food. It's like I don't know how he stays that positive. That guy was awesome. Did you call?
What'd you say?
Did that guy call often?
He's definitely good. He comments a lot. Jay's called a couple times. He's messaged me a lot over the years about the team. Like I go back, I was checking my Instagram DMs with him because I was trying to figure out what size he is for the Nick Mangold jersey he won on a raffle. And he's been watching the show since at least 2022.
Jay, call in more. That was a blessing. Like that was a blessing to have that positivity on. For real, in a real way, I mean that. That was inspiring. It really was. Like I wish I could have that level of positivity for sure. That was awesome.
I like it.
No doubt.
Any other thoughts?
On Jay or anything else?
Tomorrow, is it true your Thanksgiving includes chicken with pasta?
No, I'm just gonna eat the meat. I'm just gonna eat turkey, and then we make brisket. So I'm just gonna have turkey and brisket. That's it.
That sounds extraordinary.
I'm thinking about it. I was supposed to go to New Orleans. I was going to cheat on my diet in New Orleans. I'm not going to New Orleans anymore. That's off. So I feel like I have a free day to cheat on my diet. Should I eat some pie tomorrow?
Let me bring on my pie expert. Beast, should Gary eat pie?
That's on him. I already got my pie prepared. Cherry pie, baby.
I feel like I have a free cheat day. Cherry pie is good, but I think it's pretty far down on the ranks of pies, right? Like lemon meringue, key lime pie is number one, pecan pie number two, and then lemon meringue, buttermilk pie, apple pie is better, blueberry pie is better. Cherry pie is good.
Where do you stand on pumpkin pie on the holiday?
No pie. If it's Gary, we have pumpkin pie or no pie. I'm good.
Also, Jay says he will call in more.
Please do, Jay. That was inspiring. It really was.
We get Jay a gifted membership. I want to shout out JT. He gifted 5 memberships to enter the raffle. We got to get Jay a membership after that call. JT, appreciate you. This is for you.
Yeah!
Anyway,
I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I had questions for I had questions for Frankie, but he's not here anymore.
All right. Well, next time he's on, we'll put you on with him.
I appreciate that, Jay.
Well, hold on a second. I see Sean says put me on with Gary.
Yeah, is Sean still in the background?
He's not on hold. Sean, if you call in, I'll put you on. Sean, call back in and we'll make it happen.
I want to clear the air with Sean. I know he got a little emotional for something I didn't say, so I want to clear the air with him.
In the meantime, I know what we all need to do. We need a little chill.
Joe! Jets, Jets.
Gator says, I think Big Cho might need an intro.
Big Joe.
Yeah, it's nice. I like my recliner. No, I just called to check in.
Big Joe.
I don't like all those wrinkles on my head. I don't have that many wrinkles.
We're talking about Big Joe.
My implants are coming in 3 months.
The Kardashian ones?
Put the jet gear on for you. Been running some errands early. Came home just chilling.
Big Joe.
Jake.
Big Joe.
Jake.
We're talking about Big Joe.
Jake, are you there?
Big Joe.
Happy Thanksgiving. Big Joe.
Happy Thanksgiving, Big Joe.
How are you?
I'm good, Big Joe. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm just recovered from surgery.
Big Joe.
You look good, Big Joe. I'm glad that you're back home in your familiar rocking chair.
Yeah, been watching since Monday. Been watching a lot of college basketball. Got my quad box on YouTube TV. Watched 4 games at once.
Big Joe.
Looking forward to the football starting tomorrow through Monday night. What about you? What are you doing tomorrow?
I'm working, Big Joe.
What are you working?
Talking sports.
You doing the podcast or you doing ESPN?
I'm doing a ESPN morning show for 4 hours from 6 to 10 a.m.
Big Joe.
On 880?
On 880.
Okay, I may have to call.
Please do.
Yeah.
Call
6
Friday.
to 10.
Black Friday, I'm all alone. I could use the calls.
Friday, what time are you on Friday?
6 to 10, same time.
We're talking about Big Joe.
Okay, so both those days, 6 to 10 on 880.
That is correct.
Are you with somebody tomorrow?
Ty Butler.
Okay, but you're by yourself on Friday.
Correct.
Big Joe. I'll try to call. Jets, Jets. You love doing all that, don't you? Big Joe.
I do.
You crack me up, man. So are you a fan of me or what?
Am I a fan of you? Big Joe. I'm your biggest fan.
Big Joe.
Okay, awesome. I'm your biggest fan.
We're talking about Big Joe.
Hey, did you get my email today?
Let me check. Today's been a busy one for me. Let's see. Big Joe. Did you come across any Jets games tickets for Sunday that I could buy and donate to father and child or mother and child? Let me know ASAP. Well, I don't really understand your email. You basically want me to look up tickets for this game and then tell you how much they are and then give them to a mother and child or father and child?
Yeah, I didn't know if you had like any access that I wouldn't have to be able to do that. That's all I was asking.
Well, people usually donate tickets to me this time of year that can't go to games, and then I give them to people who maybe can't afford to normally go to a game or want to take someone that's never been to be able to give them their first Jets experience, here in the
Right.
holiday season.
Ho, 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 big cho, cho, cho. Nice. Okay. Ho, 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 big cho, cho, cho. I didn't know how it worked. Big Joe. Jake, I wasn't sure how that worked.
Big Joe.
Correct.
So what are you saying? I mean, do I need to buy tickets and then send them to you?
You don't need to do anything. I just get to distribute tickets to those who could go to games if I get any from people not using their seats.
But are there any empty seats that can be purchased and then donated?
So you want me to figure out if someone is selling their tickets and then we could then donate them. What if we just bypassed that and you just went on StubHub, Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, you bought 2 tickets, you then send them to me and I'll distribute them to people who could use them.
Okay. I'll do that then. Once I do it, I'll send you an email so I'll know exactly where to send it.
You really are the Asmaniacs Santa Claus, Big Cho.
Why you say that?
Because you're providing presents for people.
Well, I want to make sure that somebody goes that, that hadn't been to a game, can't afford a game, going to take their child to a game, whether it be a daughter or a son, a mother or a father, what have you. Ho, 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 Big Cho, Cho, Cho. See what I'm saying? Jets, 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 Jets. Jake, you see what I'm saying about that?
Big Joe.
Jake.
Joe.
But you know what I mean? I'd rather have somebody go that can't afford to go or is bringing their small child or what have you.
Absolutely.
We're talking about Big Joe.
Okay. Do I send that to your email?
Yes, if you buy 2 tickets and then just send the tickets to my email, I will make sure that we get them to someone who could use them.
Okay. All right.
Boomtown says, I still don't understand this call.
Why? What does he mean?
I don't know. Boomtown doesn't have the mind to understand the choness of it all.
Oh, yeah. No, I just didn't know how the process worked. That's why I asked you.
Nick Shine says, Cho can buy Nikki and his girlfriend tickets.
Who is Nikki and his girlfriend?
Nick Shine's son and his girlfriend he's making sweet love to.
How old is his son?
17? 16?
Oh, okay.
Nick Shine, how old is your son?
Ho, 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 Big Cho, Cho, Cho. Did he say how old he was?
He has not said.
Okay.
Is there a certain age threshold that you're looking for the ticket purchase?
No, not really, I guess. I was kind of hoping it'd be like a younger person with their parents.
Calm your freaky down.
Oh, with their parent. Got it.
Maybe like 10-year-old, 8-year-old going with their dad or the mother or something.
Nick Shine's son is 17.
Okay. I mean, what do you think?
I think the world is your oyster, Big Cho.
Yeah, that's what they say. Jets, 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 Jets. That's all I got today. Big Joe.
What's on the agenda tonight?
Probably gonna watch some more college basketball. It just depends on what type of mood I'm in. I'm gonna watch the Hornets and the Knicks play a little bit, see how that game goes. I may watch some hockey, just to mix it up. After that, it's all football from Thursday to Monday.
What are you putting on your Thanksgiving plate tomorrow, Big Cho?
Well, I can't go out of the apartment or I lose my in-home services that are just starting this week, like in-home nursing, occupational therapy, and physical therapy. So I don't get to go to someone's house to have a feast. So one of my former neighbors that lived in an apartment next to me, he's a good buddy of mine. He lives in a home now. He's the one that took me to my surgery and also took me home from the hospital. He's bringing me a plate by around 2.
We're talking about Big Joe.
Happy Thanksgiving, Big Cho.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Jets, 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 Jets.
What a call. What a moment. What a time to be alive, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
Purple Belt Mike, he loves the Dark Knight. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that
I want to address the anti-tank crowd. There is no difference from going 5-12, 6-11, 2-15. It doesn't matter. So the wins don't translate to anything next year. And if you don't believe it, Rick DiPietro, former professional athlete, said any wins he got from garbage time and whatever never translated to anything for the next year. You don't build a culture going 5-12 versus 2-15. Doesn't matter.
Well, I think there's something to be said for not getting blown out, though.
Yeah, that's a different story. If you lose like the Giants are, and you're competitive in every single game, or you're blowing the leads, like at least you're entertaining and you're playing for something. If you're losing 35-0 every game, then my dog's trying to eat the cranberry sauce.
Hey, where'd Gary go? Gary, did you want to talk to Mike, or that was about Big Show?
No, that was about Mike. I hate this word tanking, right? So you're saying there's no difference. So like you want to I don't want to put words in your mouth. You want the Jets to lose?
I want the Jets to lose because it benefits their long-term future. We have a lot of holes on the team, and I don't want to give up all these assets that we need to make the team better. When if we go 2-15 versus 5-12, there's no difference other than us having to give up an additional first-round pick or more to get what we want.
So, but there is a big difference in whether you pick 3 or 6, right? So there's a big difference in that?
Correct.
Okay, so how come the Jets pick in the top 10 every year and they're never good? How come the same bad teams that pick in the top 10 every year traditionally stay bad? The Jets, the Saints, the Browns, and the good teams who don't pick in the top 10, the Chiefs, the Bills, they stay good.
Well, each team that's good found their quarterback.
Did they find him in the top 3 or 5, or they find him outside of that?
All the teams around us have all surpassed us and then fallen back because of bad drafting and everything else. But if you look at it, when we drafted Sauce Gardner, for instance, right? The top 6 picks or 7 picks, every team other than us has gone to the playoffs and I think won a playoff game.
That's my point. We're picking high every year doesn't make you a good team. As a matter of fact, teams that pick high every year usually stay bad. You just said like the teams, the Chiefs, the Bills, the teams that are good.
Yeah, but they have their quarterback.
They didn't get him in the top 5. They didn't get him as they get him either via trade. I think they all traded down for the quarterback, right? The Bills did and the Chiefs did, right? Those teams traded down. They didn't say, let's have a really bad team. And the way that we're going to get good is to have a really bad team and lose all our games. And then
so
we're going to
want to go, you want to go 5-12 and give up draft capital to move up when you can just go
how many games left
and not give
what
it
are
up?
they, 2-9?
Yeah.
How are they 2? I would like them to go 8-9. That's what I would. Is that going to happen? No. I would like them to go 8-9.
Being realistic, though.
Okay. I want them to
so
win.
Be realistic, though. Be realistic. What would you want them to be?
Well, I want them to win every week. I know they're not going to.
I understand that, but realistically, at the end of the season, what do you think they're going to be?
What do I think they're going to be? That's a different question. I think they're going to win maybe 2 more games.
Okay, so let's just say it's 4. Let's say it's 4-13.
Yeah.
If you go 4-13, and you have to give up a first-round pick and a second-round pick, or if you go 2-15 and you only have to give up a third-round pick to get the quarterback that you want, you're going to draft the same player no matter what because you don't have a quarterback. So you're going to have to trade up to get whatever.
I disagree with your prescription. I'm not trading up to get Mendoza. You're asking me what I would do. I'm not trading up for Mendoza. So if I draft 5th, I draft 5th. I'll take a good player at 5. If I draft 3rd, I'll pick a good player at 3. If I draft 9, I'll take a good player at 9. And that's how I'm looking at it.
But what you would do is not what the Jets are going to do. The Jets are 100% going to draft the quarterback. So the fact that they are going to draft a quarterback, we know that that's going to happen. Do you want to give up more assets to get the guy? Or less assets to get the guy.
I would like to give. I understand your argument. I would like to give up less assets, but
that's what I'm saying. The team has a lot of holes. They got to fill it. If you're going to go 4 and whatever versus 2-15, just go 2-15. Just like how the Patriots went 3 and whatever, and they got Drake May. Just suck it up for 1 year. And if the guy happens to be the guy, it is what it is. We know they're going to draft a quarterback.
How many first and second round picks do we have the next 2 years? Combined, first and second round. How many? We have 3.
I think we have 5 firsts and 3 seconds. I think.
So I think we have at least 3. So we have 8 premium picks over the next 2 years. We can fill a lot of holes with those picks, a lot. Like,
and that's why I don't want to trade them.
I don't want to trade them either. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I don't want to trade up at all.
QB, so just let them lose at 4-13 and 2-15 does no difference to me.
Yeah, but you go. That's why I hated the question to Glenn when he's guy. So what do you want? You want to punt on first down? You want to just give him the ball and let him score? Like I'm asking you, want to lose? How far are you willing to take this to lose? Punt on first down, just give him the ball and then let him return it for a touchdown?
No, but you get good looks at guys. You play people that you want to see if they can make the roster. That's the whole purpose.
I'm in this position with the Nets, and I have debates with Net fans all the time. The Nets are going to lose a ton of games because they're terrible. But I don't want them to lose. I want Drake Powell and Yegor Denman to go out and score 30 points tonight and the Nets to win. Is that going to happen? No. But I don't want them to lose. I want them to win, but I want them to win playing the rookie. So let me ask you this.
So basketball is different. Like the Islanders, for instance, they weren't the worst team, but with the lottery, they got the number 1 pick, and this 18-year-old kid just turned around the whole franchise. So, like, basketball is a different thing where there's a lottery, so winning games is kind of different. Football is the only sport where there's no lottery, where literally the worst record gets the best pick. So being that there's no randomity out of it, you know that the worst record gets the best pick. Just go 2-15.
So let me ask you a question.
Don't embarrass yourself, and that's it.
Let me ask you a question. The Jets are down 3. They let up a touchdown. They go down 3 with 2 minutes left in the game. They got to stop. They get the ball back with 2 minutes left. They're down 3. You want them to score a touchdown or no? 2 minutes left in the game. They get the ball down 3. You want them to score a touchdown or you wouldn't? They don't score a touchdown.
Nah, I'd rather them this season.
Yeah,
I'd rather them lose.
It's this Sunday.
Yeah, I'd rather them lose.
Jets, Jets.
Hey, Oregon, I brought you on because you said you wanted to go at Gary, and you're sitting there just making a bunch of noise and saying nothing.
Yo.
Go at Gary.
What up, Oregon? What up? You
Hold
want
on,
the
my
Jets to lose too?
Hey, what's up, guys? My connection's jacked up for a second. I'm going to hang up and call right back in. But PBM, I'm with you on this. We'll debate this. Just give me 35 seconds to get this connection thing squared away. I'll be right back.
Jets.
The old, isn't this great? This is what we debate the day before Thanksgiving, whether or not it's better to lose or to win.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Terrible. But look, we have
And
a
the
couple
Nets
bad
got
years.
to 3 wins
and
before the
hopefully we get
Jets.
it.
Remember, I asked that question a while ago. Who would get to 3 wins first? The Nets or the Jets? It's the Nets.
The Nets don't even have the worst record in the league. They've actually Jordy Fernandez is a good coach. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really good coach.
It's hard to be super, super bad, like bottom 2, and then re-up it. But it's easy to be 7-10 continuously. So let's just suck it up and be terrible for a couple of years.
Do you think
Or maybe
any
just 1 year if
quarterback
we get
in this
the right quarterback?
Do you think any quarterback in this draft is going to change your franchise the way that Andrew Luck or Peyton Manning or Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen changes your franchise? Do you think that quarterback is in this draft?
Honestly, no, but I'm not a professional.
What are we tanking
scouter.
for?
Well, we know they're going to draft a quarterback. That's the whole point. I honestly think that Julian Saint in the following 27 class, that kid is going to change whoever he goes to. That's what I think. But
I'd like to. But I said this last year too. Last year I said this quarterback class this year is going to be sick. And now I look at the quarterback class. I don't really want any of them.
Every year, it's always better.
Jets.
All right, home stretch here because I got things to do, and we still got some people on hold. So, Mike, good job. Oregon Jets, we'll give you your piece with Gary here, then we'll move along. Or not. Oregon? God,
I like Oregon.
He's a good
Oregon
caller.
to come at me, bro. I want him to come at me. I want to see what this was about. I can't believe you guys are really rooting for the Jets to lose. Like in the scenario I gave you, the Jets.
I'm not rooting for them to lose. I'm not rooting for them to win either. I'm indifferent. You know what I mean? I'd like to see them competitively lose in a dream scenario. I've also accepted they're going to win 2 more games. I'm not going to freak out about it when it happens. I expect it to.
But I'm saying in that situation I gave you, the Jets get a stop. They get the ball back on a.
Your
punt.
dog wants the Jets to tank. Cannoli.
She's looking forward to tomorrow. She's going to eat a lot tomorrow. She's looking forward to it. Is that it for Oregon? Is he not jumping on?
Yeah, I don't know. His internet's as bad as Jets, I guess. All right, Gary, enjoy your Thanksgiving.
You too, Jake. Have a good Thanksgiving.
You got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, home stretch here. Nick Shine is called in. Hello, Nick.
I was actually calling in to discuss things with Purple Belt Mike. First things first,
I hate the word tanking because to me, tanking means a team that's good enough to win, but is not trying to win in positioning. With our quarterback play, we're clearly not good enough to win these games. So the term tanking, I feel, is just not the right word to use. There are fans that do want to lose out, but I'm telling you, we have these 8 draft picks. We are moving up. We are not making all of these 8 picks. There is no way. And if we do use some assets this year to move up, well, guess what? You can trade back next year and recoup some of those assets.
Right.
Like,
I
fans are
made that
just going
point.
delusional.
I've made that exact point. The tanking argument, and again, I see both sides of it, is why move up at all if we could just stick and pick because we're 2-15 and we could just take a quarterback with the first or second overall. That's the tankers' thought process, but I don't look at it that way because I think the Jets are not as bad as some of these other god-awful teams. They look like they were when they started 0-7, but the goal for the Jets coming in was not to be awful this year. Their win total was 6.5. I had people calling in saying they were going to win 9-10 games. A lot of people thought they were going to be pretty good if they just had better coaching. I know you did. So, like, that's my point. It's like I've already accepted they're not the worst team in the league. Like, they're not. So they're probably going to win a couple more games. And I completely agree with what you said before. They made the trades with Sauce and Quinn to stockpile these assets. They're going to use them if need be to move up for a quarterback if they like someone.
Absolutely. And here's the main thing you want to see. You want to see them improve on some things. You want to see the perennial Jets problems go away. They were 32nd last year in penalties. Now they're 13th. That's a big jump. Offensive line play, much improved. You want to see them do things. You want to see the cornerbacks. You want to see them gel. You want to see them get used to playing together because, you want to see communication get better on the back end. I think we're number 1 in the NFL in yards per carry the last 2 games on defense. So there's little things that they're improving on. I don't want to be a 2-15 team because that means you have 2-15 things to improve upon. I think we're going to get a couple more wins, and that lessens the areas that we have to grow and improve upon going into the following year. If I got to give up an extra second-round pick to move up 2 more spots, I don't give a shit because I want the team to be good. And the closer we are to being good, the less things we have to correct from year to year, and the less things we have to sit here and hope improve. Make the team as good as you can this year. If you win some games, so be it. You give up an extra second-round pick. Whoop-de-doo. Traditionally, we suck in the second round, Jake. You know what also sucks? Turkey oven. Deep fry it. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'll see you Friday afternoon, buddy.
Don't go anywhere.
Wait.
PVM is here.
Look, I just want to understand for a second. So I think we're saying the same thing. It's just you don't like me using the word tank.
I don't want to lose games. Like, I want to get better at things we've traditionally been bad at. I want the offensive line to improve. I want the penalties per game to come down. I want the new secondary, which are all Aaron Glenn's guys, to play well together. I want to see the defensive tackles that we've acquired this year start to stuff the run like we're doing the last 2 games. If that leads to wins, I'm not going to be upset about it. I don't care if we get to 3, 4, 5. I want to see the things the Jets are traditionally awful at start to be checked off the to-do list.
Let's say we do that, right? But we are 2-15. That's going to kill you, opposed to be doing that and we're 4-13.
No, but if you're doing things right and you're doing several things right that you've normally been bad at, there's going to be some wins that come with the schedule that we have left.
Okay, so
if Breece Hall starts to go off for 150 yards
penalties to clean up and all that
we're going to
shit,
win
whatever.
some games, right?
But I'd rather, if we're looking at it like this, if we're going to go 2-15 or 4-13, and the circumstances are all the same, no one's going to get hurt and whatever, I'll take the 2-15 because I'm going to give up less assets. It's not like we're saying 8-9.
Yeah, but this isn't a normal year with assets, Mike. This isn't like 1-1, 1-2, 1-3. We have a plethora of assets because they're going to maneuver come the draft. They are.
Yeah, but we're not going to hit on every single pick. It's just not going to happen.
If you like your quarterback, you cannot be told no. If the Jets say that's our guy, whoever it is, whoever the quarterback ends up being, if they say that's a guy we can't miss out on, you have these assets so you don't have to hear the word no. You're not making all 8 picks in the first 2 rounds the next 2 years. It's not happening. Everyone's got to take that idea, the Allen idea, and throw it in the dumpster with an oven turkey.
The Allen idea. The thing is, the Allen idea is made up of a bunch of lies. And what people need to understand about Allen is he only has an opinion if he could come up with said opinion if it paints a negative scenario for the Jets. Let's take everyone back to October 5th of this year when Allen called into my postgame show after the Jets got their asses kicked by the Cowboys and said this.
Jets have the #1 pick in the draft, and they do not take Lenore Sellers. They are on absolute drugs. I don't want to trade back. You draft the #1 quarterback in the draft. I'm sorry, you just do. You don't trade back a bunch of times. I know this team does not have a lot of talent or a lot of depth. You do not trade that pick. Absolutely, you do not. You take the player, but you have to take the quarterback there. You just have to. If you have an opportunity to get the #1 quarterback in the draft, you take him. I don't think they will trade back. I actually think that Sellers is the best.
Well, I'll tell you what, we could do this. We could do this in April, but like you're already like criticizing moves that haven't even happened. So I don't feel like really debating.
I
you
would
on
be
these
very
hypotheticals.
disappointed if this team trades back if they have the #1 pick.
If they got a fortune and they're
I would
picking
not
#1,
trade back.
I don't think it's a lock. You take a quarterback.
I would not.
You could still take a quarterback and move back.
No, I would take the #1 quarterback.
Great. It's just amazing because now he's none of these quarterbacks. He wanted Lenore Sellers on October 5th. Lenore Sellers, if he came out, would probably be a 3rd-round pick. And by the way, it's probably not even coming out because he's been so bad.
By the
Yeah, he's been
Carolina
terrible.
game, he was saying Sellers should go back to school. He actually said on my show, Sellers should go to Miami for a year and go there.
Fraud.
He should enter the portal and go to Miami, and they can prove upon him the way they're trying to improve back. That was his other take about Sellers.
Gentlemen, have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
What up, Sean?
What up, Gary?
What up?
Basically, I just wanted to ask you a question. All right.
What's up? Yeah.
About boxing. All right.
All right. Yeah, sure.
All right. Why didn't Cassius Clay ever fight Muhammad Ali?
Because it's the same person. Cassius Clay was his birth name.
All right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Cassius Clay.
It's a
was
true
his birth
question.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's the same
All right.
person. Cassius Clay would have won, though. Cassius Clay. It's like #8 Kobe versus #24 Kobe. Who wins? Cassius Clay versus Ali. Cassius Clay wins.
You think Cassius Clay beats Ali?
Yeah. Before the suspension, before the 3 years where he went away, the hand speed was something that the heavyweight division had never seen before. So, like, we actually lost the best version of that fighter for those 3 years. Those 3 years,
Okay.
he just hit his physical prime. But yeah, Cassius Clay, the hand speed is something the heavyweight division never seen before. It was wild.
Okay. What else in boxing? Roy Jones Jr. How many losses did he have?
Well, he ended up with a lot because he fought until his late 40s. But Roy Jones Jr. He's the best fighter ever. Like, who beats a prime Roy Jones Jr.? The answer is easy. Nobody beats
In the 90s? Nobody.
Nobody ever.
All right.
No one who's ever lived beats prime Roy Jones Jr. Nobody.
Nobody. All right.
Nobody. Prime Roy's the GOAT. There's nothing better than prime Roy Jones.
Is Jake Paul a joke?
Jake Paul's horrible. Jake Paul is horrible. I could teach you. Give me 6 weeks. Let me get you in shape. I could teach you in 6 weeks, and you could beat Jake Paul. That's how bad Jake Paul is. You can.
Mad Max ain't yapping about Jets. That boy, he's jamming. He's standing, freaking dancing, wall smashing. I'm Jake Asman. If Mad Max ain't ever stop yapping, that boy, he still be dancing. Then call Jake Asman. He got an orange wall.
Can you guys hear me? Let's get some guests on the show. Is Neil on the show? Neil? Let's talk about the Jets. Oh, man, let's talk about the Jets. So, they're going to play the Falcons. You know, we're going to beat the Falcons. You know, Jets are horrible. JJ! Let's go with you. Let's argue about the Jets. Let's argue about it.
How did you just say? How did you just go from saying the Jets are going to beat the Falcons? The Jets are horrible. Like that's like what?
Because the Falcons are not good. That's why we said we're going to beat the Falcons. Because the Jets are horrible. What's up, Sean?
What's up?
What's up? What are your thoughts?
Dude,
on
I'm
the
just
Jets
going
and
by
Falcons
Jake's,
game?
you know.
I think we're going to win. The Falcons are just not good. Gary, what's going with you?
Oh, what up? What up?
What's up?
What up, Max? Yeah, how's it going? We wanted to. You going out tonight, Max? You gonna try to pick up some ladies?
Nah, I'm back home for Thanksgiving, Gary, at 3D.
Yeah,
Boxing.
isn't this the?
You excited for
Isn't this the night that?
Jets game? You excited for the Jets game going on this Sunday?
I'm gonna watch it. Excited is like a loaded term. I'm gonna watch it. I hope they win. Excited. I don't know.
What's your predictions for the Jets Falcons game? What's your predictions?
I think they're gonna win this week.
Yeah, the Falcons.
21-13.
I think so
How's
too.
that?
The Falcons are terrible.
21-13.
Falcons are terrible. Honestly, I mean, Kirk Cousins can't play good 40-degree weather. Their defense is horrible. Like, I don't know if you watched the Falcons.
Yo, what are you doing on Sunday? You going to the game?
Of course, I'm going to the game.
Oh snap! I'm gonna see you there, brother. Where you sitting?
Yeah, you're gonna be at the game. I'm trying to go with my boys. I don't know.
Where you sitting? I want to argue with you. I want to argue with you in person. I want to argue with you in person.
I love to be in person. I'll introduce you to my boys, JJ.
What are we gonna argue about?
Oh man, let's argue. I don't even know. Let's see what we're gonna argue about, my boys, JJ. Like,
Who's the greatest Jet in of all time?
Greatest Jet
of all time?
Wayne Corbett. So
what?
Wayne Corbett's the best wide receiver. I mean, Garrett Wilson's number 2. Garrett Wilson's like the best current wide receiver we have on the Jets, but all time Wayne Corbett. He's good.
No, I didn't say who's the greatest wide receiver of all time. I said who's the greatest Jet of all time.
Greatest Jet, Wayne Corbett.
Really? Over Joe Namath?
I mean, Joe Namath is the best Jets quarterback.
So if you were on a ship and you had one spot left and Wayne Corbett is in the ocean drowning and Joe Namath is in the ocean drowning, who are you saving?
I would probably save Wayne Corbett because honestly, Joe Namath is the devil. He brought the curse of the Super Bowl, Super Bowl 3 curse. Maybe if Joe Namath was still in the ocean, maybe the Jets will win the Super Bowl because Namath is good, but the guarantee brought a curse to the Jets.
Okay, all right. One more question. Who's the worst Jet of all time?
Worst Jet, Zach Wilson, number 1. He's the worst quarterback I've ever seen.
But he's the worst Jet of all time. Like out of all the Jets, Zach Wilson?
Yeah, it's the worst I've ever seen.
Not the worst quarterback of all time.
The worst Jet. He's the worst Jet I've ever seen.
Why? He was a nice guy.
I mean, Zach Wilson was just terrible. Even to me, Bryce Petty looked good. I used to say Petty was the worst.
You think Zach Wilson is a worser Jet than like Elijah Moore?
Yeah.
Or what about a Malachi Corley?
Malachi Corley was horrible. He was the worst.
Okay, so between Zach Wilson or Malachi Corley, who was worse as a Jet? Who was a worser Jet?
No, definitely Malachi Corley because I didn't even want the Jets to draft Malachi Corley. I actually wanted the Jets to get Brendan Rice. I was so mad when the Jets drafted Malachi Corley. I remember the 2024 draft. I was like, everyone's like, "Oh, Brendan Rice." It was like, and then I was mad the Jets didn't draft.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
I let that go on as long as I could. I thought someone was going to send Mad Max to the hole. Eventually, I had to do it. I love Wayne Corbett. Had him on the show a week and a half ago. He's not the greatest Jet of all time. You wouldn't save Joe Namath's life, Mad Max? You said that he's cursed the franchise? What's wrong with you? I'm rethinking this 2 free tickets to the game Sunday, Mad Max. I don't know. That was a bad performance out of you. By the way, if anyone has tickets to the game Sunday, let me know. In addition to Mad Max, other people do want to go to this game, and we're donating them to Asmaniacs. But man, Mad Max, that's tough. That's tough, Mad Max. You're in the hole right now. I don't know if I can look at you the same way after that call.
Oh man, let's talk about man. The Jets are with Wink with I mean Wink Rats go, but Joe Namath is good as well. It's just like the curse, the guarantee with Namath.
You believe in the curse?
I mean, I don't believe it entirely, but like the coaching decisions, and the guarantee brought 50 years of it dry.
Hey, Mad Max, I got
Biggest
some news for you.
ever. What's up?
Excuse me, punk. You got a problem with Wayne Corbett, Sonny boy? Is that what I'm hearing?
Wayne Corbett's the best receiver I've ever had.
Shut your pie hole up 1 minute. Shut your pie hole for a minute. You're a young punk. You don't know nothing yet. You're just beginning. I've been around it longer than you have. So if I were you, I'd watch my mouth if I were you. Wayne Corbett was a great player. Same with Keyshawn Johnson. Same with Martin. Same with Testaverde and Pennington and many of the other greats. But if you want to run your mouth about these guys, hey, these are the guys that paved the way for the Jets. So if I were you, son, watch your mouth next time. Or in the words of the great Paul Unitas, you're gonna get a nice shut up or I'll give you a crack.
Sounds good, Beast.
He made some salient points there, Max. Oh, Mad Max left. Wow. All right, let's go to JJ. He's normally in the hole, so he can take Mad Max's place. Hello, JJ.
What the heck is wrong with Beast Breaker? See, this is the problem. Beast, Mad Max said that Wayne Corbett is the greatest Jet of all time. He literally said Wayne Corbett is the greatest Jet of all time, and then Beast Breaker comes in and says, "Watch your mouth. Wayne Corbett is a great Jet." Yeah, duh. That's what the guy just said. Does Beast Breaker even listen to what people say, or does he just get riled up and like to respond? Also, why am I in the hole? I'm the guy who asked the stallion question that led to the other guy being in the hole. I don't think I should be in the hole for that. Yeah, thank you. I'm already in a butthole, like everyone likes to say. So why should I be in a hole and in a butthole? That's double holes. You can't have two holes. Hi, Beast Breaker. How you doing today, man? What you up to?
What does it look like? Laundry.
It looks like you changed your shirt finally. That's what it does look like. So I'm proud of you.
Don't worry about my goddamn shirts. Worry about your ass. Number one.
Okay, and what else?
I've been around this team almost 27 years, almost 28. So if I were you, I'd back the bullshit up because let me just say this, you better bring all your
Beast, what are you doing? Beast, what are you doing on Sunday? You want to come to the game?
I'm gonna be you know what we're gonna be doing to the Falcons? We're gonna
Do you want to come to the game, yes or no? Stop yelling. Do you want to come to the game, yes or no?
Shut up a goddamn minute and let me put my point out.
Shut up. Do you want to come to the game, yes or no? Yes or no?
Your mouth up and clean the ears
out. Beast. Speak Spanish. Speak Spanish. Speak Spanish. Speak Spanish.
Bags of chips right here. You know, these El Maegros and, ram them right down your miserable cock-wadding throat. You're a miserable human being for a waste.
What did you say my throat is? What did you say about my throat?
Get the potatoes out your ears.
Gary, thank you for the vacuum cleaner. Gary, I love it. Do you think we could go out for Valentine's Day after I'm done vacuuming? Babe, I'm on the Hobby Midnight show. Come on. There's stuff in the fridge. You can just make me something. Make me make me some meat and then we're good. Okay. Who should I vote for tomorrow in the election? Come on, babe. The list is on the table. Just hurry up. I can't hear Bobby.
All right. That was quite the rumble. This has been quite the show. This is your last chance if you want to be entered in the raffle to win a Jets Legends jersey. Nick Mangold, Darrelle Revis, Wayne Corbett, Curtis Martin, Joe Klecko, and Broadway Joe Namath. Let me shout out ISU, who during some of the most recent chaos entered the raffle. ISU, this is for you. Last chance here. I am counting the names. I will play a short video, and the raffle will commence right after said video is done playing. So stop what you're doing. Sit back and enjoy.
All right, more calls right now. Scott is on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline. Hello, Scott.
Hey, what's up, brother? I'm at a park right now, and I want to ask people if there are any Jet fans out here. But
are you in
not
New
a lot
York?
Yeah, it's in Saratoga Springs, which is like about 30 minutes north of Albany. You go right down the highway, easy drive. But yeah, it's really nice here. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Maybe we have a Jet fan. Hey, come back here. Are you a Jet fan?
Oh my God.
No, you are Affleck. See, and maybe you are. I guess not. Probably not. Hey, you just follows Bobby Midnight. This is Jet talk here. Hey, I'll probably get in trouble, you know. So yeah, send Alan to the hole. Get that clown in there. And you know what? Put him.
Oh, we lost Scott. Man.
I got gas right now.
Beast, how we feeling? We ready for a raffle?
All right, are you prepared?
Oh, I'm ready.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to spin the wheel of champions.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, baby, here we go. Right at the buzzer. I was waiting for this. Black Gypsy, who had one earlier that he was watching the show on delay, so we did the raffle. He didn't realize he was watching on delay, and I said, I'll count your entry for this afternoon. So that's another entry for you, Black Gypsy. You got 2 in this one. Also, Peg and Artie, I see your super chat. We're putting you in the Asmaniac raffle here right at the buzzer. So we got you accounted for. Peg and Artie wrote 25 of us. Video called Beast from Tampa with Gator. Not JJ, not Gary. Respect the man. That is true. 25 Asmaniacs did call Beast when we were all down in Tampa. All right. Good luck to all. Only one person can win. If you win, you got to email me your name, your address, the player whose jersey you want, the size you want it in, and I will get that ordered for you over the weekend. Good luck to all. Your winner is JT211. Congrats to JT. He gifted 5 earlier in the show, and he's your winner. Hell yeah. Shout out to JT. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. I posted in the Discord. For those who didn't see on Nick Faria's X account, he shared some really sad news. His dad suffered a stroke and it had to have brain surgery earlier today. Is currently in the hospital to try and relieve some of the swelling in his brain. He's still in critical condition. There's been a GoFundMe that's been set up that a bunch of great Asmaniacs have donated to. So I'm going to post the link in the live chat right now. For those watching live, if you have the means to do so, please donate and support Nick's family with some of the medical expenses coming their way. So definitely wanted to mention that on the show because it's just a very unfortunate situation. They've already raised over $5,000 of their 10K goal. So that's great stuff there. But obviously reached out to Nick, thinking about him and his family going through a tough time here. So wanted to share that and sending my best to Nick's dad. He's going through a tough time. But the link, the GoFundMe link, I just put it in the chat. It's a pretty long link here. Let me get a condensed link so it's a little easier. Here is the GoFundMe link. I'll add it to the description for the show as well for everyone. Again, happy Thanksgiving. Thankful for all of you who tune into the show every day. Not easy doing this 4 hours a day about a team that sucks. So for you guys still caring and having fun, appreciate everyone who makes it a part of their lives. Safe driving if you're going anywhere today or tomorrow. No drinking and driving. I will talk to you guys on the radio at 6 a.m. tomorrow. And I will be posting some content on the channel during the day as well. So we'll give you some content even on a Thanksgiving Thursday. But on that, I say farewell and I say JETS. Jets, Jets, Jets. Talk to you guys soon.
So we're going to get into all of it here. Again, my name is Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. We come 2 hours after every final whistle here for the postgame show. And I'm going to be honest. The only good thing that happened to me late tonight, early this morning, was making sweet, passionate love to my fiance, which I did after the article was written and that kind of stuff. That's the only good thing that happened. Not great. Terrible.
I hate this team. I hate them. I hate them.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go, Jets.